Hello, everyone. We are live, and today we have summoned a truly dark wizard, the sword and sorcery loving dark wizard himself. And there are those who call him Tim.
Tim.
Perfect.
I couldn't find my cloak. I was gonna wear a cloak, but Tim and I did bring our swords.
Woohoo!
So there you go. Virgil doesn't have one. He feels left out.
Yeah. The only sword I have is like a plastic katana for like a weird like workout thing I've got. We're using it for like a sword workout. It's actually awesome, but
okay.
Yeah. But it didn't look very real.
No cloak.
I'm out.
It's the whole reason Peter showed up.
What are we doing?
Yeah, that's right. All right, I'm putting this aside so that I can focus.
You're not gonna hold it the whole show.
No, it makes my hand smell weird.
Oh, something in the cabinet. It's gonna fall. We know it.
Oh gosh.
Oh yeah, we gotta put our swords away. It's hard work. This is why we make the big bucks right here.
That's right.
Things over. Okay, there we go.
Is it short for Timifer?
There are actually so many people I know who call me Timifer. You're not the first one, Andrea.
Oh my goodness! Secret liminal fire, literally books.
There we go. That'll catch on eventually.
I think Richard's back from his vacation. I think he was back yesterday as well. But yeah, welcome back, Richard.
Yeah.
He went on a cruise nowhere near Alaska, even though that's what I claimed he did on the live yesterday. He was on the exact other side of the continent. So yeah, he was up in Canada.
Oh.
Dagon Studios is here. Hello, Dagon.
Dagon.
Timifer Howard Phillips Lovecraft Brant.
That was the initial pen name, but you know what? It didn't fit on the cover, so
Just one long acronym.
My wife limited me to one sword. She didn't want a sword wall. I had to choose carefully. Yeah, I got this at a yard sale for $20. I jumped out of the car. We weren't going to stop, and then I was like, "Wait a minute!" And
I need a sword.
Yeah, it was a sword, and I was like, "I gotta have a sword." It just hangs on my wall over here. So, hi, Constance.
What's up?
Mecha Gogeta, what's going on, buddy?
What's on?
By making big bucks, I presume you mean rearing large male deer. Exactly.
right, exactly.
Yeah.
What else could we mean?
Yeah. How could you see?
You keep it down, Jake.
Price from the car? I couldn't. All I could see was that sword. The price was just, and I didn't haggle. I was just like $20. Yeah, dude. We also got a cello for $50 from that same yard sale, and my kid wanted to play cello, and it was a completely working. She used it for like a year and a half. It was awesome.
If that sword wasn't, if that sword isn't plastic, so $20 is very reasonable.
Yeah, seriously, I did not haggle at all.
Yeah.
Chicken jockey. All right, we got that out of the way quick.
There it is.
Mr. Bandana Head. I can't remember who started it. Was it you? I think Mr. Bandana Head said it was.
This is like every time.
There's gonna be at least 12 different people that'll claim to be the original chicken jockey.
Yeah.
I don't believe it was Mr. Bandana Head. I believe it was someone else, but I don't remember their name. But he's been keeping the fire lit.
He has been, seriously. Your sword story is why I have 5 CRT TVs. Yeah. Yeah, it's true. I got it's weird when you like don't need something, but it's super cheap. That tells
That's
you
how I am with books.
Yeah. Oh, it wasn't Mr. Bandana Head. I just keep up the tradition. I think he said that before. I think I asked.
Fire die out.
Yeah, every stream I asked that. All right, we've got we've got Tim. Oh, you know what I forgot to grab? I bet I will have to get up. So
he's like, Chris.
Jake threatened us that he was going to take off an article of clothing every time I got up to get a book. So I went through my library this afternoon before we started here and got all the books that I think are going to come up in this stream so that Jake can keep his clothes on. However, I forgot one big one.
Oh no.
Yeah, but I think I might be able to grab it from here.
Oh, let's see. If not,
my butt did leave the seat. All right. Yes, we've got Tim. Tim, I'm glad to have you on the show. We've been wanting to talk to you for a while. Too late, says Jake.
Wait, does chat get to decide when he takes off?
Yes.
It should be his choice.
Oh,
there's no way of telling. So how are we gonna keep him? Whatever.
That's what Joe Chewbacca just said. Are you working tonight, Joe? Are you on break? Or are you with us all night?
Yeah.
How many articles of clothing is a big book worth? I do have some big books. Jake's on you, Chris. Jake started
like if it's just a novella, is it like a
always start with spot?
Okay, all right. We've got our first actual question here from Libro Paradiso. Are you reading Titan's Conan magazine? If you like Savage Sword of Conan, it is worth giving a copy a look.
So excuse me. So I have read the first 2 volumes of the new Savage Sword of Conan, which is like, I think volumes 1 through 6. I'm gonna do a review of it on my channel eventually. The first 3 issues are really, really good. Second 3 issues leave a little something to be desired.
Is this one of them?
Yeah. There's the first volume right there. Fantastic.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, that first volume is fantastic. Those 3 issues have some great stories.
So is that Titans Conan?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, Titan Comics.
Yeah, Titan.
Oh, Titan Comics. Got it.
Yeah. I'm also reading their regular full color Conan comics. I have to get to volume 3 of that. I've read the first I think it's 7 or 8 issues that have been out. And it's good. It's not anything like it's not quite as good, I would say, as the Marvel Comics version of Conan, but it's very close.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I hate to say it. Most of my my comic Conan information comes from Grammaticus.
Yeah,
because I didn't collect a lot of comics when I was growing up. So
right.
So yeah, he just did a wonderful video showing off a black and white Conan. I don't remember which one. Yeah, it was really beautiful. I'm glad you're off, Joe, and can join us.
Nice.
Eric's screaming guitar slide interest. Awesome. Ariane?
Hey.
I don't know if I'm saying your name right. I'm so sorry if I'm not. She was with us live yesterday when I was live with I always forget this channel name. Greg.
It's not.
Can't remember.
Not Book Song. It's
not Book Song and Other Magic. I'll remember it in a minute.
Yep, you made me forget it.
Yeah. I'm wearing nothing but a hat.
As you should.
Well, I've already my butt's already left the seat once.
So that's all.
Yeah. All right. Tim, there was a leak. Oh, we're getting started right away here. Tim, there was a leak from a reputable source that there's a Secret Fire book coming out from T.H. Branton himself. Can we talk about it?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if we want to start off the stream with that, absolutely. So I just submitted the TypeScript last night. I think that unfortunately I self-publish my stuff through Amazon because it's just easier and I don't have a lot of money. So I just submitted the TypeScript last night. I believe that it is good to go on the Amazon Marketplace. Yes, it is. Let me pull up the cover so you guys can see.
Yeah, I was just trying to find a cover here.
Yeah, they're sending me my author proofs, but it's going to be a couple days before I get those. So I'm trying to find the where's the cover? Oh gosh. Oh no, I'm going to look bad.
No, you don't look bad.
Oh, I'm literally liminal of all things.
Yeah, I've heard from a number of people that trying to publish through Amazon is just so much easier. Like easier for a self-published person just to get something out there and get started. And it's a great. I mean, it's a huge marketplace, so it's kind of ideal in a lot of ways for an independent writer.
It is.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's not the most cost-effective thing, but yeah, for
I tell you what,
like me who's still relatively new to this whole thing. Yeah.
If you know Hugh Howey's story, the guy that wrote Wool, which they eventually made the TV show Silo from, you can. Self-publication is a true and possible route to success. It
Oh
really
yeah.
is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's how the Dungeon Crawler Carl series got started.
There you go.
And I just walked into a Barnes and Noble the other day, and the first thing I saw was a table stacked with Dungeon Crawler
Oh,
cards.
that's incredible.
Who was the other one? Hosea Bancroft, who did that. He did the whole Tower of Babel sort of series.
Yes.
He was a self-published guy. I think Mark Lawrence kind of shouted him out and got help to. But he was discovered by self-publishing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if this will come out that well on the screen, but that is more or less what the cover looks like. The title is
Nesh?
So the title is Nesh and Other Necromancies. It's a collection of stories that I originally published in my little e-zine that I had going for a few months before I decided, I don't want to do this anymore. It was just me collecting all those stories that I published digitally into an actual physical book. So, and it has a couple other stories that I added.
Is it your first collection?
Not my first collection, but my previous book, Sand and Steel, that was a collection of sword and sorcery stories I'd written.
Okay.
This one is mostly horror. There's a little bit of sword and sorcery in there, but most of it is like horror, cosmic horror, weird tales style, that kind of thing. Yeah. And as to what Nesh is, if I tell you, it's going to spoil the whole thing. So
don't tell me then.
Yeah, you're just going to have to figure it out.
Yeah, I want to read it. When's that going live?
So apparently it's live right now.
Can we put a link?
Ooh,
somebody. Oh no, it has to be me, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see.
So Tim,
TH Brand.
Give us an idea about, like, we say sword and sorcery. What specific kind of stories do you have, or kind of give us a feel for what we might kind of see without spoiling anything?
So the two sword and sorcery stories that I put in this one feature my character Visago the Vile, who is basically my version of the Grey Mouser from Fritz Leiber's Lankmar stories.
Oh, sweet.
Except instead of the Mouser who used to be a magician, Visago kills magicians. That is his. I
like it.
That's his calling card. He is the mage killer.
What's the name of the book again?
Nesh and Other Necromancies.
Okay, thank you.
I love that. Actually, one of my favorite things about sword and sorcery are thief characters. I always think, I don't know why, but I just love thieves in those books. I just think that it's the best part. When Conan was a thief, it's like my favorite.
That's some of his best stuff, when he's just a rogue running around stealing stuff. Yeah. But yeah, like, I tried so many times to have like very heroic characters in my sword and sorcery stories, and for whatever reason, I never finished them. And so I was like, I just want to write a character who's just a real piece of trash, you know, who doesn't do anything if it's not for himself. And for whatever reason, the first time I actually finished like a proper sword and sorcery story was with a Visago story, and that was the one that appeared in Sand and Steel.
Tim, can you send me the link in the private chat?
Sure.
I'm just not able to do the search right.
That sounds great.
In 1 second.
So that's a couple of the stories. You have some there's other stories in there too that are more weird tales type.
Yeah. So the first, I've separated it more or less into 3 sections. The first one is called Nesh, and it has to do with mainly these kind of surreal horror stories that more or less kind of take the main characters through these nightmare realms. So they're partially inspired by like just weird waking nightmares that I've had.
That sounds cool.
Yeah. Then the second part is the Visago stories. Like I said, it's only 2 of those. And then the next one is kind of, I just call it Worlds Apart, which is just a bunch of random other horror stories that I've written over the past year and a half or so. Okay. There's stuff that I submitted to magazines that never made the cut. There's stuff that I hadn't finished for a long time and then decided I'm just going to cap it off and put it together in this collection. So, and then one of the last story that actually finishes off the collection is one that I submitted to Jake for our anthology, but then he decided to go with another one that I'd written. So
yeah.
Yeah. So the anthology will be stories from all of us that aren't anywhere else.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Very cool. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, that's exciting. I think I'm going to grab myself a copy because I haven't read your earlier stuff. I've seen it reviewed, but haven't read yet. I think Brian just gave your book a higher rating than Elric.
He did, and I didn't know how to feel about that.
We should feel good about it.
Yeah, yeah.
I know I should. It's just it's very weird how he's like, yeah, Sailing on the Seas of Fate by Michael Moorcock was okay, but Sand and Steel by T.H. Brand, like, really, dude, really? Like, thank you, but really?
And you know that he's not just, that there's some merit to that. He's not just saying that. He saw something in it was worth his time.
Right? Yeah, and I appreciate that. It's just like I said, it's surreal to hear that from someone. It's like, oh man,
yeah. Where the heck is Brian? He might be like 2000.
I haven't seen him in the chat yet.
Up in the air. Hotel. Yeah, he's got to find a hotel.
Exactly.
I'm going to whip through some comments.
Oh, he's right there. There he is at the bottom. He just jumped in.
Oh, did he? Oh, good. There he is. I ain't no liar.
What was that last comment? I'm sorry, Chris.
Oh, I'm just going to go through these really quick. Brittleby, if you want to follow my advice, the next book you should read is A Wild Sheep Chase. That's, in my opinion, I put those two kind of right next to each other, and good for that. I've only read the free comic book day Conan from this year. I didn't know there was a free Conan, Scourge of the Serpent, and I liked it, although it was just a tease mostly. Did you get that one, Tim?
I have not. The only free comic book day one that I've read so far is the first one they put out before Titan put out their first proper issue, and that's just like it's only like 10 or 12 pages, but it's an adaptation of kind of like a story that Robert E. Howard never told, which is the Sack of Venarium, which is the first battle that Conan was ever involved in when he was only like 15 years old. He mentions it in some letters and some essays, but he never wrote a story about it. And that comic kind of covers what Conan was doing during that battle.
Okay.
So it's very cool. That's the only free comic book Conan that I've read so far.
Okay. Ariane. And yes, another bibliophile reads. I don't know why that is so hard for me to remember. I can remember Greg.
Just change your channel to Greg already.
Joe, if it was cheap, it's an interesting read, but you should read Hard Boiled Wonderland of the End of the World first. Yes, more secrets, more fire. I need to know details. Tim, what are we looking forward to? I think you already talked about those.
Someone refresh my memory. I am just having the biggest brain cramp. What is copy paste? Control what?
V.
That's to paste it though, right?
Oh, copy is Control C, right?
Control C. Okay, sweet. Okay.
I don't know what DCC is. Is that your first book, Tim? DCC?
Oh no, Dungeon Crawler Carl.
Oh, Dungeon Crawler Carl.
Okay.
Also, Hugh Howey Silo. Yep. Childhood End. I was watching Childhood's End Ep 2. Did they do a TV show of Childhood's End by Clark?
Yeah, I think they did. There was an older one. I don't know if there's a newer one.
I didn't even know there was an older one.
Well, not super old, but maybe a little more than 10 years.
Yeah.
I think there was something, but I don't think I ever saw it. One of the first Clark story I ever read was great.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Clark's done some good stuff. Where are you from, Tim?
So I'm from Baltimore. I was born and raised in Baltimore, Maryland. I still live in Baltimore. I don't move around a lot. I'm a homebody.
I bet you wish Pepsi started out there in Baltimore.
Oh gosh, we really have to start that again.
Weird thing to say.
And no one even gets that joke.
You get Edgar Allan Poe. That's better than Pepsi.
Yeah,
I'll take
you get Edgar Allan Poe.
See, even that's the thing, because Edgar Allan Poe isn't necessarily from Baltimore.
No, that's where his
he
parents
died in Baltimore, so we killed him.
Yeah,
good. You can still claim him.
Yeah,
if you get the body. That's possession is 9/10 of the law.
Yeah.
Also, Chris, I have no idea what's going on. I will not let me paste this this link to
even in the private chat.
I know. It's not letting me for some reason.
Okay. All right. I'll put it in the live. I've lost myself. There we go. I'll put it in after we're done.
Okay.
I'll put it in the description. Tim, any advice for someone who wants to write short stories?
Ooh,
from Constance.
It sounds like the most simple thing. Just write something, like just put an idea down. And if you still like that idea after you've typed the whole thing, just give it a minute and then like flesh it out and see where it goes. And once you finished it, put it out, do something with it, send it to a magazine, see if they'll accept it. Even if it's just like you publish it as an ebook on Amazon or some other e-commerce website, just put it out somehow, because it'll get it's the thing that gets the ball rolling, essentially.
That's really good advice. That's what killed my career. Once I'm done with a story, like I hate it and won't look at it anymore, and that's a terrible. So it just lives on a hard drive on my computer somewhere. You know what I mean? You have to get to a point where you feel like, okay, I'm happy with who I am as a writer, and feel confident to put those out there. That's really good advice, Tim.
Yeah. It is. Just finish it. Just don't think about it. Finish it, and then just with the goal, like I have to put this out there. Like I can't like finish it and hide it. I have to put it out and just.
It's like YouTube videos.
There's some sort of like accountability that happens there, and it really helps. Even if it, and what do they say? Everybody's got a few bad books in them. So like, the first book you're going to write isn't going to be great. It's just because it's just
one bad novel.
So you get to have that one. Just get it out of you. It's like losing poison. You got to get it out.
There he is.
And the weird thing is,
oh, there we go. Go ahead. Sorry. Yeah, I don't know whose internet's being spotty.
We're good. So the weird thing is, when you get that first idea down, even if you hate it after you've gone through the trouble of writing the whole thing and publishing it, I guarantee you there's still going to be people who see something in it. I can't stand my first book, Salamander Shall Kindle. I think it's the dumbest thing I've ever written. And then Kevin Toll Reeds gave it a glowing review the other day. And I'm like, dude, did you read the same book that I wrote? So I don't know. Like I said, just put something down and finish it, get it out there. And even if you don't like it, it will get the ball rolling, and you'll feel more confident in at least starting up a new project that you can also get out there.
Yeah. It really is. It seems so simple, but it's really amazing advice. Mm-hmm. It really is. Just to see the process all the way through to the very end. No matter what.
It's the same advice I give people that say, I want to make a YouTube.
Yep.
Because I planned my YouTube for 3 stupid years, and if I would have just started making the videos, my channel would be 5 years old now. I wasted 3 years trying to make it perfect. It doesn't, and I'm not saying just dash off something. Make sure you think, revise it until you think it's good enough to publish yourself. But yes, then take the step. I wrote a fantasy novel on a Mac 2, which means it's now lost to the ages.
I feel your pain, dude. I don't know if it will ever come out, but I finished a 360-page fantasy novel that will never see the light of day because I wrote it on my dad's old MacBook. The file got corrupted. The file that I'd saved on my thumb drive got corrupted, and so, it's impossible to open the thing.
So I'm not going to go grab my first novel. I actually hand bound it. Hardbound my first novel. It's a horror novel, but Andrea has come up with a wonderful idea eventually of us going live and talking about our first novels and how the strange relationship that we have with our first novels. And I think it's a great idea for a live, and it's something I want to do with Andrea and all of us that have written one. Didn't Nanorimo?
Let me just put something out that I've got written so I can join.
There you go. Didn't Nanorimo get in tons of trouble? My first novel was a Nanorimo novel. It was.
Yeah, this year there was something with AI or something, I think, and they there was some talk about how submitted works would be used to feed an algorithm.
Yeah.
Or something. I'm not certain about that. I could totally be wrong, but it was something, and there was a lot of disappointment in that. And I do not think that most people engaged in it this year.
Yeah.
But you could still do it on your own. You don't have to have that organization
to
do it. It's still the same. It can be indie.
It knocked me into shape because it was like, I mean, what I did is I wrote a novel that took place. My first novel, a horror novel, I did for Nanorimo, takes place. It starts on November 1st and ends on November 30th.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And every chapter was a day, and every chapter had to be over 1,600 words to hit my Nanorimo goal of 50,000 words. Yeah, and it worked really well.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I agree. And welcome, Curtis. Thanks for joining us, buddy.
What's up?
Yeah. The Venture Brothers is maybe my favorite show, and the writers have the best quote. I think about it all the time. Essentially, make something and hate it. If you hate it, then you know how to make the next project better.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that too. Exactly.
Yep. My wife's short story was rejected about 20 years ago, and she never went back to it. I think she has a full book finished around here somewhere. Yeah, it's weird. I don't
Indie publish it now. You can go to Amazon, and it's like, who knows? You know, somebody could be like, "Oh my gosh, I love this book."
Yeah. Just get her done. Yeah, that is great advice. It really is.
And you know, something too we said about editing, and something that I'm finding, because this is really this for this collaboration we're doing is something I'm really discovering a lot, because I've not really written very much before this, is that there's a sense of like that I sort of think about it in the same way I think about painting, is that you can only mess with it so much before you ruin it.
Yeah.
You know, you can only edit. It's like you can do a little bit of touch-up work, but at some point it's like you have to stop and say, this is how it is. It is this way. And you have to be like, that's all it can be. I can't make it into something else. So you have to kind of say, some editing is good, you know, dress it up, you clean it up a little bit, but you can't redo it. Because I've, at least for me, I found if you go back and try and do it a second time, you kind of try and rewrite it, it's like you lose all the fire that you had for that story.
Yeah.
It just sucks it out of you. So
Richard says it's fun to go to a channel's videos oldest first and see how far they've come. Richard only says this because he has the best first video ever.
He has the most consistent quality of video.
Yes.
From beginning to end. Yeah.
Go to Vintage SF, sort by oldest, and watch his kick-ass Twilight Zone video. It's incredible.
Not cool, Richard.
Not cool. Jake is the same damn way. I went and watched Jake's first video, and I was like, ha ha ha, Jake. And then I was like, it's just Jake.
It is. He's just a little quieter. That's the only difference.
Right. Oh, yes. That is why the Baltimore Ravens are called the Ravens. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yep.
I thought NaNoWriMo said they'd allow entries written by AI.
Oh, it may be that.
Yeah, something like that.
And the generally a lot of these small writers are like, well, I don't want anything to do with that. And so I think everybody just kind of did their own thing. I think they did it like did their own version of it or something.
Yeah. Oh, that's disappointing, but at least it focuses you on the task. Agreed, 100%. And the cool thing that they did, which I didn't utilize at all, because I just was like, oh, I just have to write every day. That's my goal. And then I just did it. But for people that were like, I was in school at the time, so I could like talk to other people that were like schoolmates that were doing it with me and stuff. I was in my undergrad. But for people that are writing in a more isolated experience, they had these rooms where you could meet people. And then I think there was trouble with gross people in these chat rooms, and they weren't moderated. And it
seems like that's always the case.
I love people whose goal is to get rejected like 30 times in a month. Builds thick skin. Yes, I was going to say this, and I'm going to be the first to break it today, guys. I'm so sorry. Stephen King gives great advice when it comes to rejection slips. Like, he would just have a stack, and he had them on a nail, and he just was trying to fill up that whole nail with rejection slips. Yeah. Let's see. There are ads everywhere now for fiction writing for really large deer, i.e. megabucks. But it's actually to train AI on the sweat of your brows. The oddities, the bad writers will do this. Yeah, AI. Yeah.
So that's the thing. I know people are using AI to write, but is somebody reading AI books? People who like to read, are they actually bothering to read these? Because I feel like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like I don't feel that it would be very good. I don't feel that it would really.
A video. I saw the thumbnail for a video yesterday, I think. I didn't click on it, but it just said, I've read these AI novels, so you don't have to. I can't remember the name of the channel, But I think really the only people that are doing it are YouTube channels who are just, doing it as like a social experiment at this point.
Yeah, I mean, serious readers, I would think, would just be like, well, this isn't, what can this book possibly say? It's just regurgitating what somebody else has said, but like blending it all together. So, I guess people are super hungry for somebody else's next book that will never write one. But even then, you're not really getting a new book. You're just getting ideas smashed together. I don't know.
How's your Sword and Planet novella coming along, Tim?
So I have not, I have not posted anything about this in a while. It is still, I'm still working on it. The going is very grueling right now. I thought this was going to be a very quick, like, oh, it's a Sword and Planet story, very tropey. I can just write it down real quick. And I've hit so many roadblocks on the way. There's so many little things that I want to introduce to the story where it's like, okay, if I have to do that, I have to go back to this part of the book. Right. I have to redo this thing. And if I want to do that, I have to go back to this part of the book and redo this thing. And so it's the kind of thing where it shouldn't be taking that much thought to go into this story, but I just can't help myself. And the other thing is, for whatever reason, and you will see this if you read all my books, all my stories are more or less taking place in the same kind of multiverse, I guess. I kind of ripped that off from Michael Moorcock, but all my stories more or less take place in the same kind of meta series. And so there are similar names and places and characters who, exist in one place who are a different character in another universe. And so I've also been trying to fit those elements into the story, and that's sending me, up the wall, because don't write multiverse stories, people. It just don't do it.
Well, and it's weird because I think that I love multiverse stories, but I think that it took over the zeitgeist so much that it's now almost getting to cliche. We're almost to the point where people are going to be like, oh, multiverse again. It's almost there. So yeah, it's, I mean, when Michael Moorcock, and we're going to, I'm sure, be talking about this in a second, but when Michael Moorcock did it, I think it was really new, and
it was very fresh. The idea had barely ever been tried before.
Yeah,
he was the first one who's like, no, every single thing I write belongs in the same universe.
Yeah. With painting, sometimes when you ruin it but push through, you can take it somewhere even better. I find that with music too. When I layer in the studio, like if I'm just making, because now I kind of am a solitary music maker, so I play all the instruments and just layer them. I'll be listening and mixing, and I might find a keyboard bit and say, wait a minute, that's really cool, and junk everything and start from that starting point. And I think you could do that with writing too.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You can. I think the danger becomes, especially for a new writer, to get to start using that to procrastinate and to start saying, well, let me go back and rework this, and then it's a thing that never gets finished.
Yeah.
So if somebody new, it'd be better to just finish it. But definitely once you've got some under your belt, it's when you're ready for it, it's there.
We found our sci-fi booktube drummer. It's going to be Joe Chewbacca. And some guitar. Can you do them both at the same time?
No, that'd be
agreed, Richard. Hey, basic guitar and chip tunes here. What's chip tunes? I don't know what chip tunes is.
Like 8-bit stuff?
Oh, 8-bit stuff. Nice. On Writing by Stephen King is a good book. Whatever your opinions of Stephen King, that book is worth a read, just for how he talks about the craft of writing itself. It's wonderful. I often try to ruin my painting so I can see how I can fix it. It's a great challenge. That's a great idea. Ariane, I didn't know you were a painter. I'd love to see some of your work. I wish that we could allow links to show up in the Ariane. My email is on my I wonder if Ariane's the one that does the octopus paintings that I saw in the live chat. Let me scroll to the bottom here. Email me a link to where I can see some of your paintings. That would be awesome. I can share it with the channel. I agree, Joe. Does Tim have a ceiling fan? Something's going on with the top of his
Yeah, it's the ceiling fan.
Sorry. But he doesn't want to be hot.
Maybe you were filming on film.
It's Tim, the enchanter. He can't be too hot.
If things get too hot in the room, things start bursting into flames because of my pyromanical power. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
A room full of books is not a good thing to have burst into flames.
Exactly, that too. Yeah.
I don't know what this means. Does anybody know what this means? What does everyone have against Allen Iverson?
I don't know.
I'm sorry, Book Suppository. I don't know what your I guess I don't have anything against Allen Iverson because I have no idea who he is. I personally believe that AI is likely being used in popular novels now, but then being proofread. Pop authors that churn out book after book are probably already doing it. Yeah, do it like they did in the old days, like Philip K. Dick did it. That's how you pop out novels.
Yeah, there you
go. Yes, speaking of Moorcock, this is great. Thank you. Let me see if there's anything I really need to talk about here. I don't think so. Okay. Speaking of Moorcock, it's time for the third book, isn't it? I don't have that with me right here, and I don't.
Ear to the White Wolf.
Please tell me somebody else can hold it up.
I can hold up a book, but it's not that.
You got it on you, Tim?
Oh no!
I could go get it, but I don't have a dog version.
To be fair, I don't have a single edition of Weird of the White Wolf. It's part of my omnibus.
I'm gonna go get
it, but I got rid of those.
You guys talk for a minute. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Jake. Pants.
What's Jake got to take off?
Don't listen to him, Jake. He's not the boss.
Give him an impossible thing to take off so that he has to go buy it, put it on, take it off.
Oh gosh.
So Tim, obviously you like a lot of the big three sword and sorcery writers, Moorcock, Leiber, and Howard. Is there somebody else that you find very inspirational in that same vein, or that maybe a different vein?
The first thing that immediately comes to mind is C.L. Moore with her Jarrell stories.
Oh, those are so good.
I love those so much. I said it in my one of my recent Sword and Sorcery videos. I think The Black God's Kiss is one of the greatest Sword and Sorcery stories ever written. It's so trippy and weird, but it has that kind of gothic fantasy tone that kind of everybody was going with in Weird Tales. And I feel like Howard had a little bit of it. Moorcock had a lot of it. That kind of gothic dark fantasy feel. And then, Fritz Leiber took it and kind of made a little bit of a like satirical kind of style out of it. Because, the Fafhrd and Grey Mouser stories, as much, action and
I brought those. I knew it.
Nice. There we go. As action-packed as those stories are, they are kind of slightly satirical in how they, show off all their different elements. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, yeah.
That's, I think, the whole collection if you add this one. I'm sending you I'm sending you one of these, Tim.
Sweet.
Ooh.
Just like this.
Yeah, Night and Knave was written like super late. I think it was like late 80s maybe when that came out. I can't remember.
Okay. So this is my copy of the Sailor or the White Wolf.
I used to have that one.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have the DAW of that one. It's something I'm going to have to collect. Did you already show off your omnibus versions?
I did not. I can go get it. I
have those. I have those, and then I have the new edition too, which you'll probably get right. Nope, I don't have that. That's the White Wolf Press.
Yeah, but it's trash. Like somebody threw this in the bathtub. But
that was actually, I think, kind of semi-valuable.
Not after it's been thrown in the bathtub.
No, not really. That was actually pretty cool. I thought about trying to pick that version up at some point.
Oh, that's a nice
publication,
version.
which I think is really great.
Yeah,
it's got color illustrations. There's that Robert Gould painting that was on the cover of your White Wolf.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
right there.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
He has a really interesting style whenever he draws Elric. I can't remember the name of this artist, but this is an illustration for the story, The Dreaming City. And it's just...
that's wonderful.
Oh, yeah, it's beautiful.
So, Tim, if I understand this correctly, the oldest bit of Elric writing is in this novel. Is that true?
Yes. The first short story in that fix-up is The Dreaming City, which is from 1961. That was the first Elric short story.
Okay, so we're going to start this third novel with the oldest Elric writing. That's really exciting.
Yep. That was the story where Michael Moorcock's editor was like, "Can you give us a Conan pastiche or something?" And Michael Moorcock was like, "Yeah, okay, sure." And then he did the exact opposite of what he asked him to do.
Yeah. Peter Dennis, no, absolutely not. There is no link. I only made one. I'll show it off in that video with Andrea, but yeah, there's no way anybody will ever see it. It's never been posted. It's gone forever.
Vanished the Shadow Realm.
Yeah. The first thing that happened when I talked about it in chat, because I was talking about bookbinding, not about novel making, and then I was like, yeah, this is my own book that I bound, and everybody like Brian and Andrea were like, can I read that? And I was like, no, you cannot. Okay, good. Well, I'm looking forward to this. This is our third month going with the Michael Moorcock, and I gotta say, you said it would, and you were absolutely right. This blew my mind. This was a good time.
As soon as whoever it was who decided to do this, it was either you or Jim who came up with the idea originally to do the buddy read. I want to say it was Jim because he was like, "Oh yeah, I want to read those Elric novels."
Indeed.
And as soon as he said, Tim, you should do a buddy read with us, I was like, "Oh my gosh, Chris is gonna love Sailor on the Seas of Fate."
Mm-hmm.
I could just picture you in my head reading that first section of Sailor on the Seas of Fate and losing your mind. I was like, "Oh, he's gonna love this. This is gonna be so good."
I've said this in comments. I stood and was bouncing up and down while I read that end because I couldn't contain my energy because the writing was so good. Seriously, that first, and the other ones are great as well. That first one to me is up there with Robert E. Howard. Like it has to me a similar feel of the Tower of the Elephant in the way that story moves. Just incredible first story in this one. Incredible.
Yeah, I mean, like you said in your video, it goes full cosmic horror near the end.
Yes.
It blends perfectly.
Yeah, it really does. And it's funny because most people are like, yeah, the second novel's great. I did get a few commenters that didn't like Seas of Fate and preferred the first one, which I found interesting. And I think it's people that I'm guessing it's people that maybe are used to the more long fantasy series.
Yeah. Well, because book one is a proper novel. Book two is kind of a fix-up. I think he wrote the last part of Sailor on the Seas of Fate first, Sailing to the Past, where Elric goes into that lost civilization and talks with Ariok and everything. I think he wrote that story. And then when they were trying to do a chronological publication for the series, he wrote the two other stories and put them before that one, and that became Sailor on the Seas of Fate.
Oh, okay. So. Yeah, because if you think about it, the most important part to Elric in those stories is him sacrificing a friend to the Stormbringer.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. That's the biggest character development moment in Sailor of the Seas of Fate is when he sacrifices that friend, which is a great moment. But that first story was so good that it just outshone, man. Oh my gosh.
And as great as it is, as great as that first section is, and you can go into it totally blind, not knowing what anything is about, and enjoy the heck out of it. If you read the other fantasy series in Michael Moorcock's Multiverse, so many other things click, and you're like, "Oh my gosh, that makes so much more sense now."
Okay.
That the little meeting that Prince Corum and Elric have at the beginning of that section makes me laugh so hard when I reread it, because the things that happen later on in the Elric series, there's so much more context to that little throwaway a couple of sentences that they have with each other at the beginning of that portion.
Wow. Did he write Stormbringer first?
Stormbringer was an earlier one because it has some earlier stories in it. It wasn't first.
Okay.
There was a publication where they went and I think they republished all the Elric stories, but they published them in publication order. I had like one book out of that. There was a collection of like paperbacks where it was like, here's the very first thing that Moorcock read about Elric, and here's the second thing, and the third time he appeared, fourth time, and sometimes it's not even Elric stories. They're like somebody like Eric Jose or something. I can't remember.
Yeah, there's a collection. The thing is, the Saga Press novel or bind up that I showed off is the first of 3. It has the first 3 books in the series: Elric of Melniboné, Sailor on the Seas of Fate, Weird of the White Wolf, and then it has book 1.5 or 2 or whatever you want to call it, which is Fortress of the Pearl. So it's 4 books in one. The second volume in this series has the next 4, which are The Vanishing Tower, Revenge of the Rose, which is book 4.5, and then Bane of the Black Sword, and then Stormbringer. There's a whole another 3rd volume in this series that collects all the tertiary writings about Elric.
Oh, okay.
It's like random little short stories that Moorcock wrote throughout his career. Some of them have to do with Elric. Some of them have nothing to do with Elric, but might mention him by name or something.
Like, yeah, they're like seem to be related somehow or something.
Yeah.
Have you read the most recent novel, The Fortress of
the Pearl?
No, Citadel. I'm sorry, Citadel of Forgotten Myths.
I have not.
Okay. Actually, I got that, and they sent me a pre-release copy. I want a thing, so I have the original edit. It's not the same as the book that they sent me. They were like, "Oh, what's this?" And I started reading it, and then the book came out like shortly thereafter, and I didn't have a chance to read it and talk about it. But it's not exactly the same. It's not a lot different, but it is different. So it was kind of cool to see that.
I'll get to it eventually. It's just
I heard there's mostly so positive things about it, but I haven't personally read it yet. One of those things.
We did it. We did Elric. Well done. If you guys want to read with us, we're only 2 books in, and these are easy books to catch up on. They really are. In fact, one of the things I like about these is the fact that they seem to be short story collections. And I think some people don't like that. Some people feel that's not as fun. And we are living in a time where fantasy has become like I got all the Robert Jordan Wheel of Times hardback, and I saved up and like I'd find them at yard sales or whatever, and I got the whole set, and I got rid of them for space. Like, seriously, that's insane amount of space for one.
It's a whole bookshelf, dude.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's too much. And people are like, well, there's a dip in the middle for these 2,000 pages. It kind of
I hate that so much. It's like, books 7 through 9 aren't that great. It's like,
I kind of got away from fantasy specifically because of that, like that fantasy bloat. I just didn't enjoy it.
Yeah.
And so not that they're bad writers, but I just did not enjoy it.
Yeah. I really like how short these Elric novels are. A breath of fresh air in these days of bloated trilogies. Absolutely. Just so cool that Moorcock at 85 is still publishing. King 2 at 77. Yeah.
Nuts.
Absolutely. Next, Corum.
So if I may, I just got something in the mail today.
Let me make you bigger here. Go ahead.
So I just got this in the mail. I ordered a bunch of them, and because Amazon is weird, they spaced them all out. So I got the comic book version of Sailor on the Seas of Fate.
Nice.
I ordered the comic book version of Elric of Melniboné as well. That's coming later this month because Amazon's weird, like I said. But this just came in the mail. This is Knight of the Swords, which is an adaptation of the first Corum novel. The script was adapted by Mike Barron. The art is by Mike Mignola, the creator of Hellboy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I did not know he did that. That's awesome.
Fantastic.
I bet you is that new or it's an older?
Wow.
So it's when did this originally come out? I want to say it was the 80s. Let me see. 1986.
But that's a reprint.
These nice glossy hardback reprints came out in I think 2015, 2016, something like that.
Ooh, I bet you they're hard to find though.
I got them off Amazon. They weren't too weren't too pricey either.
That's not bad. That's surprised. Mignola can get because people love his art, and he blew up so big. Some of that, like he had Farfet and the Grey Mouser series. I think the original ones, just like the novels with his covers, are crazy expensive, or were.
Yeah.
Oh, that's phenomenal.
It's great. So here's the thing, Chris. You say that you loved Sailor on the Seas of Fate, and I'm not exaggerating when I say this. The original Corum trilogy is just Sailor on the Seas of Fate, but all the time.
Really?
All the time. The quest that the main character goes on in this first book is to kill Ariok. He has to kill Elric's patron god as his first quest in the series.
Yeah,
okay.
These are actually really good.
Wow.
They're fantastic.
Yeah, the only other ones I have is something called Hawk Moon.
Yep.
Hawkmoon's fun. The first novel, Jewel in the Skull, is really, really good.
Okay.
And then it kind of peters out from there. But
I'm gonna have to look for the Corum books then. It sounds great.
Got the old Hawk Moon.
Hold on.
Hawkmoon's fun.
Yeah, that's the one I have, Virgil. Yep.
And then I've got Von Beck as well. You have the Elric for this series.
I have yet to get to Von Beck.
What is that? What I showed earlier? That black one?
That's White Wolf Press.
Oh,
the guys who made Vampire the Masquerade. And
is that what that Hawk Moon is that you showed? Because that's the other one I have is the Hawk Moon too.
Yeah, that's the White Wolf one. That one is kind of hard. I think I looked at that. I was like, oh, that's kind of hard. It's a little expensive.
Yeah, well, yeah, mine.
And I was like, well, they reprinted them. I'm like, I'll just get the reprints. It's okay.
Mine was. It is a first edition, but mine was cheap because, like I said, it's had water damage. So I'm not gonna lie. I this is my reading in the bathtub copy.
And I love that edition too because the artwork in there is very White Wolf art. It's very much like the art from those RPGs in that era. It's very distinct, and I kind of love it.
Yeah, but seriously, Chris, I can't recommend enough that you read Knight of the Swords. It's
okay.
It's just so freaking cool.
So I know I have all of them. All right, I'm gonna get up. Jake, pants.
How many pants does he have?
I demand pants. I want to see if I can find that reading copy. I'm gonna see if I can find it because I talked about it.
I'm the only one who hasn't got up.
You're in control of him.
I'm in control of the stream now. Oh no! I dropped my Corum.
What just happened while I was away?
That's what I get. That's what I get for making fun of Chris and Virgil. I dropped my Corum.
Okay, is this it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's the what is it? The Berkeley Ballantine whatever edition? Yeah. Yep. Queen of the Swords, Knight of the Swords, Queen of the Swords, King of the Swords. Fantastic trilogy.
Okay.
I love the whole trilogy, but Knight of the Swords is probably my favorite Sword and Sorcery novel of all time.
Are these the same, or is this something different now?
So there are two Corum trilogies. The one with all the swords in its name, that's the initial trilogy. And then, what is it? The Bull and the Spear, Oak and the Ram, and the Sword and the Stallion. That's a sequel trilogy. I have yet to get to that, so I don't know anything about it.
So the second trilogy, first trilogy.
Yep.
Okay, good. I have them.
Yep.
Good. Yeah, that sounds fun. That sounds really fun.
And here's the crazy thing. At one point in the original trilogy, we get another crossover with Corum and Elric and Ericose.
Okay.
And then in the second trilogy, this is the only thing I know about the second trilogy, we get to see Sailor of the Seas of Fate from Corum's point of view.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Did you leave Jake or Tim?
I tried to find my my early release copy of this book, but I don't. I can't. I've got it, but I can't find it. What's funny about it is it says like this is like the property of the publisher. You can't sell it. Like we can come back. We can come and pick it up at your house anytime we want or something. It had a whole thing like this. I'm like,
wow,
that seems so weird, But I'm like they never do it. But I guess you're not supposed to sell it.
All right, we got his ascot and his long stockings. I do this. He must be responding to what you were doing on the camera by yourself there, Nick. Or Tim. I do this every time I listen to the first Eternal Champion metal band album.
No, Eternal Champion, the band is great.
This is the first Eric Kose is the first one. I've never read this.
I have that one. Yeah, it's so weirdly enough, this is not the entire Eternal Champion trilogy. This is like the first 2 novels and then some other novels that have Eric Kose in it. Because Eric Kose is a weird character. He starts off as a guy from our world, of like the 20th century of our world. And then at some point, he phases into another reality where he is this warrior named Eric Kose. And eventually he finds out that he has various different personalities across the multiverse. And so essentially, he is the only Eternal Champion who is simultaneously experiencing all the other lives of the Eternal Champion. And so the trilogy is about him going from one life to the next to the next.
Now, what's this one? The Eternal Champion?
The Eternal Champion trilogy, yeah.
What are the novels called?
What is it? It's the Eternal Champion, the Phoenix and Obsidian, and then
those.
The Dragon and the Sword is the third one.
Yeah, I think I have some DAWs of those. Tell us more about this Eric Kose guy, Tim.
Yeah.
Had never heard of him before reading Sailor and the Seas of Fate.
This one too, which I don't really remember much about this, but I've also got the Traveling to Utopia.
Oh yeah, I see. I don't know anything about that one.
On the cheap.
You want to see my coolest Moorcock?
Okay, show us.
A Cornelius calendar. So this is the sci-fi. This is the sci-fi stories, but yeah, this one's really cool because it's got his crazy signature. He always signs really wild. So that's my Michael Moorcock signature.
I have yet to read the Jerry Cornelius stuff. I had an omnibus copy of the entire series, and then I sent it to Jake because I was like, this is classic science fiction. He'll like this.
I'll tell you what, that first book, I really enjoyed. And one of the things I had to say about it in my video is that it feels cliche at points because he was doing stuff that later became very popular, but he was doing it so early. I'm not going to be able to find my copy right now. He was doing it before everybody else was. So that he originally had that written in 1964, and they wouldn't publish it. I mean, it's got crazy stuff. Like it's got gender stuff, it's got gay stuff, it's got he was all over the place in that novel, and it's beautifully done. I really enjoyed it. It is the same story as this,
right?
It is the same story. Yeah. So I'm interested in what the second Cornelius is like. At times, especially at the beginning, the spy stuff feels a little Austin Powers. Is the best way I can.
A lot of people have said that Austin Powers was inspired by Jerry Cornelius.
Yeah, but it was cool at the time, and he was doing it before everybody else. That's the trick. If this was if this was a slot machine, we would win if they all got up at the same time.
These are all. They still have the half price sticker on them, but I think these are Count Brass or.
Yeah, I have some of those too.
That is a sequel trilogy to the Hawkmoon series.
Yeah, so
that's cool.
That one's a little scuffed up there, but this one, and then I've got this one's got another sticker. I guess they didn't try to take this one off.
Yeah, I have those too as well.
Yeah, very cool.
Count Brass.
The Dragon and the Sword is some kind of center point to the multiverse. Read it late in your Moorcockian journey.
That's the thing. There's so many stories that are huge crossovers and have so much like they cause ripples in the storylines of the other series. It's like I need to find a graph or a chart that shows me which order to read these all in.
Yeah. What's up, Sephiroth?
Sephiroth.
Saw Tim flinch, says Richard.
Never.
I think Moorcock making JC as initials was a Bible thing, implying Jesus was a champion. Yes. I think that King used Randall Flagg in a similar way, always having the same initials but opposite. Yeah.
Yes. As I understand it, yes, in his multiverse, Jesus Christ is an aspect of the Eternal Champion.
Well, and I'll tell you what, the ending, make fun of the dart gun, Austin Powers spy stuff, the LSD mind weapons that they use at the beginning. The end of that is freaking intense. It is a savior. Because I think he jumps to a way later in the Elric saga. I think he just was going to do one science fiction. It is a savior that basically almost destroys all of humanity, and it is incredibly done. It really is. Yeah,
he has that other book too. Behold the Man, which is like a whole like a time traveler who goes back and I think reenacts the Christ story.
Did you see the comic book I have of that, where the sci-fi astronaut is like crucified on the tech cross? Yeah, really, really old comic book. Sephiroth.
I don't know if it's part. I'm assuming it has to be part of his multiverse some way. I just haven't read it, so I have no idea if it fits in or not.
I had a friend who read it, but it was a long time ago, and I don't remember much what he said.
I know Jim has read it.
So has Curtis. No, so has Booktuber.
Okay.
What's Booktuber's name? Do we know Booktuber's name? I think we do. Moorcock's Behold the Man was the last of his books I read. That guy had the initials JC2. The only Moorcock book I have, and I have this one as well, is Gloriana, and I haven't read it, but I plan on it next year. It's supposed to be a take on Spencer's The Fairy Queen. That's awesome. So I wanted that to be my first Moorcock. Yeah, that sounds wonderful. And I have a trade paperback copy of it that I'm really excited about checking out as well. Do you know that one at all, Tim?
I don't know that one.
I think it's a standalone.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is the thing. I haven't read any of his standalone novels. It's always parts of his big sprawling series.
Oh, okay. You didn't like Behold the Man. Okay. What's up, Captain Finity? Time Travel Police. He's in a business meeting, but he'll go back in time and come back here.
That's right.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah. It was the first Moorcock I read. Haven't read Breakfast in the Ruins yet, which is a follow-up. Did you like it, Sephiroth? Just to see.
Yeah. Well.
I was at the bookstore the other day, and I saw no less than 5 copies of Breakfast in the Ruins. They were all
that?
Book club editions.
Is that Moorcock?
Yeah.
Breakfast in the Ruins. I don't know that one.
What's the one?
That was the one that Sephiroth just mentioned.
Oh, I thought he was talking about. After that. Okay. Breakfast in the Ruins. I've never heard of. My copy of Gloriana has nudity on it, so yeah, that's true. I think mine does too. I read Gloriana, wouldn't read it again. And Sephiroth, I think, is saying he liked the Behold the Man. So,
didn't Moorcock write something like the Fire Clown or something? Isn't that? I've always been interested in that.
I have a copy of that.
I've always been interested in that, and if it's any good, because it sounded cool.
So I have the edition called The Winds of Limbo, but it was originally called The Fire Clown.
I like that cover. It's crazy.
It's nuts. This is a UK edition. It's a rock, but it's a penguin edition.
That is a nice book.
Yeah, that looks cool.
UK penguin edition of Winds of Limbo.
Wow. Yep. Also, I'm just going to throw out, since we've talked so much about Moorcock, and I'm sure everybody already knows this, but Moorcock was really responsible for the new wave in science fiction in the UK. And
some people would say there would be no new wave without him.
And much of what I've talked about on my channel that I absolutely love exists because Michael Moorcock started, New Worlds? Is that the name of the magazine? Yeah, incredible. Michael Moorcock and the music scene. He was there with Hawkwind through all that. I mean, just really incredible, the work that Michael Moorcock did. I just wanted to say that before we move on from him. Let's see. Richard, Sephiroth's last video was brilliant, or should I say Willie Todgerson's video? Yes, it was. If you haven't seen Sephiroth's show us your DAWs, go to my channel, click on posts.
I haven't read it yet.
And he shared it, and it's wonderful. I have Fireclown, haven't read it yet. I sound like Todgerson.
I haven't read it yet.
There would be no Warhammer without Moorcock. I didn't know that.
Yep. Among other things, yes, there would be no Warhammer.
Yeah. Oh, Blue Oyster Cult has a Fireclown song on mirrors.
Of course they do.
Yeah. I have seen that Fireclown book cover somewhere else.
I'm sure it's been used for other things too.
Yeah. Sweet Limbo cover, Tim. His work as an editor is an amazing career on its own, and he had the 3 other careers. Yeah, seriously.
Oh, yeah.
Like Michael Moorcock is he was huge. He really was. He really was. All right. Tim, we have you. We've done our introduction. That's an hour long. I love to ask the guests that I have on here just a couple of quick questions that I stole from Richard Rempel at Vintage SF, and that is kind of give us your origin story. Tell us how you got into reading and why you started a YouTube channel.
Well, I've always kind of been reading. My mom was very adamant that she read to me every night before I went to bed as a kid. Nice. So a lot of my first memories are just being read, Dr. Seuss and, little tiny chapter books before I went to bed. And then after that, I moved on to, the middle grade stuff that I'm sure a lot of people read, Goosebumps, stuff, Magic Treehouse, just all that middle grade stuff that my generation kind of swarmed around.
Barforama.
Yeah, I wish I had some Barforama.
Barforama.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, those things are no joke. They're like $199.
Good Lord.
On eBay. It's ridiculous. But yeah, no. And then after that, I told this story kind of when we were on Richard's channel recently, but I was at my uncle's house watching The Lord of the Rings for the first time. He had an early VHS copy of Fellowship of the Ring that had just come out. And so our entire family crammed into his living room. All the adults were taking up all the chairs and the couches and everything. So all of us kids are just smushed in on the floor in front of the TV. And I remember watching the Mines of Moria scene from Fellowship of the Rings and thinking, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen.
It's a great scene.
And afterward, I was like, wait, that's all based on a book. I need to read this book. And so a couple weeks later, my mom bought me a copy of The Hobbit that I still have to this day. And that was the first big kid book that I ever finished.
Yeah.
And after that, I was just like, okay, I just want to reading is going to be my thing now. And I didn't stop after that, moved on to Chronicles of Narnia, because if you read Tolkien, C.S. Lewis has to come immediately after.
Shit, I didn't grab my C.S. Lewis's. I didn't think they'd come up.
It's all good. It's all good. But yeah, after that, moved on to some other lesser known middle grade fantasy, young adult fantasy. Well, I shouldn't. Lloyd Alexander, I read some of his stuff.
I grabbed that.
Yeah, Book of the Three was a big, dude. The Book of Three was a good
series. This is a good series.
It's fantastic. I love it.
So you guys would know it. The Black Cauldron, the Disney movie, was based. Am I holding this the right way? Yeah. The Disney movie was based on this, and then he had another one called The Kestrel. I don't know if you ever.
I have not read that one.
But yeah. This guy kicks ass. I'm glad you brought him up. I was hoping
he's a great author. Yeah,
fantastic author. I love Lloyd Alexander.
Yeah,
fantastic stuff. And and that just it just kept me going until I was finally ready to read like bigger science fiction. I wasn't too into science fiction as a kid or a young adult. It wasn't until like in my mid-20s where I gave science fiction a shot. Mm-hmm. And my first real science fiction novel that I ever finished was Neuromancer by William Gibson, which is a heck of a first science fiction.
Yeah, that's a rough one.
It's an intense one.
It is, but I loved it. I think at the time I must have been in like a really dark, unhappy place because I read about
teenager.
I read about all these super unhappy people, shoving computers into their brains and doing copious amounts of drugs that are slowly killing them. I'm like, these people are awesome.
Yeah.
So and that got me into science fiction. So. And around the same time was I got into Robert E. Howard with the Conan stuff.
Yeah.
And at that point, I realized, okay, I don't need to read these giant 900 to 1,500 page fantasy novels because I'm getting all the stuff I want from those kind of stories in these short little 12, 30-page short stories that were written back in the 1930s. It still blows my mind that he was writing this stuff that long ago, almost 100 years ago, because it feels so fresh. And
if you've never read Conan, all you got to do is go read The Tower of the Elephant, and you will see how wild, forward-thinking these early sword and sorcery stories were.
It's amazing. Truly. And so, of course, that got me launched into, after that, read Elric, read Fafhrd and the Grey Mouser, started reading other sword and sorcery stuff, and that's the whole reading journey. As far as YouTube is concerned, while I was getting into sword and sorcery, I tried so hard to find videos online that were talking about that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I don't know why it took me so long to find that kind of thing. I was looking at like all the bigger YouTubers, like the bigger booktubers.
Right.
And they never talked about that kind of thing. It was always the newer stuff. And at one point I just kind of snapped and was like, if I hear someone mention the names Brandon Sanderson, Fonda Lee, or Joe Abercrombie one more time, I'm gonna go into hysterics and throw my computer out the window.
It's really true. I hear those names a lot, and I like I didn't even know Abercrombie was anything other than some kind of weird mall store, right?
Right.
I'm serious. I'd never heard of him, and he might be a good writer. I don't know. He might be a great writer, but
he's good.
They talk about him, and they talk about him. Yeah.
No, he is good. I just wish that people would shut up about him.
Yeah.
And,
there's other people, right? There's other writers.
Other people. Yeah. But at that point, I was like, well, people aren't that I know talking about the kind of stuff that I'm interested in. So I need to do this for myself. And so I did a review of a Chuck Dixon Conan novella. The Chuck Dixon is the comic book writer. Chuck Dixon is, I don't know if he's still doing them, but he wrote a few of his own Conan pastiche novellas. And so I did a review of the first one. And right after that one, I started looking up other Conan reviews. And apparently that's all I had to do to find Michael K. Vaughan, Grammaticus, And I was like, okay, so people are talking about this kind of stuff.
When did you start your channel?
I posted that first video in 2023, but I didn't start uploading. I didn't start uploading consecutively until early 2024.
Oh, okay. So you and I are about the same YouTube age.
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah. I started in October of 2023.
Yeah, I can't say for sure. I want to say that Conan Siege of the Black Citadel review went up in August of 2023. I think that's what the correct date was. I can't remember though.
Yeah. Well, let's look at some comments.
And it was all downhill from there. So
that's right.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, I liked this comment. Mecha Gogeta said, Tim had a good mom. I'm trying to be a good dad. Just read him Goosebumps. Just read him. Goosebumps was cool, but Animorphs was the real shit. Yeah, I'm a little too old. I missed Animorphs, but if you really like Animorphs, you got to go to Brian at Bad Taste Books, because he rates them higher than the Elric novels.
It's true, he does.
So honestly, independent of all this, and anybody that we talk to, I've heard many people really promote those Animorph books as being really great.
Yeah,
I really have heard good praise for them.
Yeah.
I can't remember for the life of me who did this video, but there is a 3.5 hour long video that's just a breakdown of the entire Animorph series, and they go into excruciating detail on it. And it's a guy standing in front of a whiteboard in front of a bunch of other dudes, and he's pretending to be like a college professor, and they're like riffing on him the whole time. It's hilarious, but he breaks down the entire series.
I remember taking my niece to the Scholastic Book Fair days at school, and she'd buy those Animorphs. That's my only really connection. Is I remember those covers of the kids turning into animals. Yeah.
Yep.
Rumbles of Revolution. I don't know if you've commented on any of these streams before. Welcome. Tolkien led me to philosophy. Oh my God. And then you said Lewis. Yeah. Both of those writers could lead you that way, I think.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Joe, the great son. Oh, Jester Bloom, Michael Moorcock. Okay, he's responding to Joe. Sephiros has to take off. Needs to watch Alien Earth and then go to bed, but he'll watch this tomorrow at work. I missed out on C.S. Lewis. What did I miss? In my opinion, the 3 major Liminal kids books that came out from like the 1850s to the 1950s are Alice in Wonderland, absolutely, and then the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, which has a similar concept without the chaos. It's a more focused.
It's a much more structured direction,
right. And I fall towards the Alice in Wonderland, but I also absolutely love the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. And the other one's Oz. I think Oz is America's answer to that, and you have to read a little bit further in to get to the real craziness that is Oz. But there's some wonderful Oz stuff out there too. I know a lot of people will push C.S. Lewis aside that aren't religious because he is religious. And I just want to say I feel like sometimes he can be a little heavy-handed, but I'm not religious, and I think those books are absolutely incredible and worth a read. I mean, they really changed a generation. They were the Harry Potter of their time. I know that. That's kind of belittling, but
that's the thing. See, I grew up in a very conservative Christian household. I'm a Christian myself,
right?
And so growing up, Narnia is very much the Christian Harry Potter. It is.
Yeah.
You bring a bunch of Christian kids together. They're talking about the Chronicles of Narnia because those are the books that were introduced to them. And,
right. Yeah.
And they're good. So yeah, they stick.
Yeah. How about Wrinkle of Time, Tim?
I have not read that. I have a copy of it. I have not read it yet.
Yeah, I haven't read it either, but it's my brother's favorite book.
Oh, okay.
Series, collection. He loves it.
I read the first book, but it's been a very long time.
Yeah.
I read it like in middle school or something, so it's been so long I don't really remember anything about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard that. I mean, if my brother were here, he'd be like, that's the greatest books ever for kids. So I have a picture of me in front of that pub, and I don't remember the name right now.
The Eagle and Child.
Yes, the Eagle and Child. Yeah, I went and saw that pub. I think it's in Oxford, right by Christchurch. It doesn't exist
anymore.
What?
No, it doesn't exist anymore.
Since when?
When was it? I want to say it was when the pandemic hit.
Because I was there in 2008 and stood and went back there, and they had this little room that said, "This is the room they sat in."
Yeah,
you got to be kidding me! They tore it down.
There wasn't a bigger effort to preserve it, but
wow, I can't believe they tore it down.
It just stayed a little little dive for a while.
Yeah.
And it had that one room with the signs and everything, but aside from that, they weren't really like pushing it as like a conservable, a piece of history or anything.
Wow.
I could get a historic, yeah.
Joe Bouchard used to come in where I worked. I don't know who that is. Is he a fantasy writer?
The name sounds familiar, but I can't think of it.
Red Sonja 2025, yay or nay? I don't know what that means either.
It doesn't look good, but I don't know. I've heard some people say it's just a fun popcorn flick.
Okay. So they're coming out with new Red Sonja?
It came out already, yeah.
Oh,
is it out? I didn't even know it was out.
Pretty sure, yeah.
Solomon Kane is my favorite Howard. Psycho Puritans are tight.
Solomon Kane is my favorite. I love Solomon
awesome.
Kane. Those stories, that's something I really want to go back and reread because I remember reading those the first time and thought they were amazing.
I brought my Howards because I knew that was gonna come up. Solomon Kane, I don't know if I have that.
Yeah, I love Solomon Kane. I haven't read all of his stories yet, but he's a fantastic character.
Yeah. I wonder, do they say his name on the cover or?
It depends. There's a lot of different, much like Conan. There's a lot of different editions.
Okay.
I have the Del Rey editions, which are Del Rey reprinted all of the Conan stories in these big omnibuses, and there's another one for Solomon Kane as well. The ones I really like though are these old Centaur Press books. So you have them out of order. So there's Solomon Kane.
Oh wow, that's cool looking. I don't have that one.
Moody, I like it.
The Hand of Kane.
Ooh.
And then the Moon of Skulls.
Oh, wow.
I don't believe this is all of the short stories, but it is most of them. I actually just finished this one, I think a month or two ago. Fantastic little collection. Yeah, very gothic, very moody.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to hold up all mine to see if I have it. I'm sure that it's called something else. My kids loved Captain Underpants. My kid did too. Redwall. Yes, Tim.
Yes.
The Hobbit. I loved Hobbit when I was growing up. I loved that book. And Roald Dahl books. Also read a lot of Roald Dahl growing up.
I've only ever read Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and that was like last month.
No, nice.
I just read it for the first time. I was like, I've never read Roald Dahl before.
James and the Giant Peach, I think we did in 4th grade, and that was maybe 3rd grade.
I love that movie as a kid.
Yeah, it's good. It's a really good movie. Chris, I read The Willows and was blown away. I have no knowledge of early 20th century horror artists. Reluctant Artsy, I don't know if we've heard from you. Welcome to the chat. Yeah, that story was really amazing. Good. It really was. Yeah, I'm going to read The Wendigo in October because apparently that's his second good one. Algernon Blackwood. I almost said August Derleth.
Blackwood's been on my list for a long time. I just never pulled the trigger on any of those stories yet. But I hear
go camping and read it.
That would be a perfect setting. Yeah,
that's really freaky out.
Yeah, seriously.
You want a super freaky reading experience? Try reading a Kane novel by Karl Eber Wagner while playing black metal in the background.
Oh wow! Okay,
I scared the crap out of myself doing that, but it was amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I read Death Angel's Shadow while listening to this atmospheric death metal album playing in the background, and I could not sleep that night. It was
wow.
That's great.
Oz has some real darkness in it. The covers are silly. This is about Animorphs. The covers are silly, but the books are very mature and act as an exploration
what I've heard
on what the emotional toil of being a child soldier is like. Wow.
That's what I've heard, yeah.
I like the first 2 Narnias, but the last one might be one of my least favorite books ever.
To be fair, that one it abandons all pretense and is like, no, this is just the Book of Revelation, but with talking animals in it.
Oh, okay. They took it just really all the way to the extreme.
Yeah. Which, to be fair, if you come from the right background like I do, it's like that book means a lot more to you. But yeah, I can see how you go into that with a secular mindset, and it's like, okay, this is ridiculous.
Right. I learned English with a series of unfortunate events. Yeah, that one is getting talked about a lot. My kid had all 13 books, or however many there are, 12, 13, I don't remember, but she had a box set, just the whole thing, and she just did not read them.
Missed those as a kid. That was from like my generation, but I never read them. So
Andrea, will you remember this when we talk about our first novels so you can tell us this story? That's incredible. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
You went in and screamed, "The Hobbit sucks," didn't you?
I very much disliked the last part of Wrinkle, but enjoyed it before that. Okay.
Okay.
I feel like a poser, but the fantasy fiction series "So You Want to Be a Wizard" by Diane Duane really helps start looking at other alternative realities through literature. Cool. I don't know that one.
Name.
Wait,
I've heard that name before. No, Diane Duane.
That's not the person that did Howl's Moving Castle, is it?
Oh no, who is that lady? I can't remember what her name is.
Jones. Diana Wynne Jones did.
Yes, that's familiar.
Yeah. I don't know that author. Hey, if you like something, you like something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't there's no poser. We don't live in a world of posers anymore.
I don't know. Yeah, if you like you can like whatever you want in fantasy. It doesn't make you, I don't know.
Yeah.
A required reading list or required to like. If you're required to like something, then it's not really doesn't seem very
gatekeeping like yeah, that for some reason that raises my hackles more than anything else.
Yeah.
Sure. I think it's because I work in academia, and
there you go.
Academics can be real dicks with their gatekeeping.
I bet.
Yeah. Joe Bouchard, bassist. Oh, got it. He was talking about the bassist from Blue Oyster Cult. That's cool. Gail Simone wrote a Red Sonja novel a year ago. It was okay, but enjoyable. Okay.
Yeah, I try to stay away from most prestige fiction. It's just like, whatever.
Yeah. Okay. Ben's going to get Andrea to tell the story now. I used to low-key dress up as The Undertaker as a kid. Best wrestler. James and the Giant Peach is incredible. Redwall, my two boys loved that series. All right, here's the answer. Well, Ben, turns out singing in Elvish full force while not having ID on you is not a good idea while drunk on the 1st of July.
Well, is it only on the 1st of July that you have to worry about that, though?
Right. Can we do that?
That's
on the 2nd of
amazing.
July? What about the 4th of July? Yeah, that's hilarious. I agree. In fact, let me read this first. I just read Roadside Picnic, and I actually find the creepiness of the zone reminded me of The Willows by Blackwood. Yeah, if you watch my recent video on Blackwood, Curtis, I bring up that one and Annihilation and Color Out of Space. I really feel like this is the zeitgeist telling of the same story through each generation. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Is it black metal time? I don't know yet. We'll get there soon, I'm sure. There's a Penguin Classic Edition of Algernon Blackwood stories. My claim to fame is I'm from Cardiff, like Doll. Okay, his house was on sale for £1 million. Beautiful. I turned it down.
But why though?
Redwall.
Oh, Curtis says the series of unfortunate events was not great. I really liked Roadside Picnic. I think it's a great read. Romanian fantasy recommendations, Andrea, or is it all vampires?
No.
Vampires are not fantasy.
They can be in fantasy stories, though.
That's true.
Vampires in fantasy, it's Gothic fantasy, isn't that right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, but then you get the people who are like, actually, Dracula is a Gothic fantasy novel.
I think is the first step of gatekeeping, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Poison.
I keep my own gate.
That's the best thing to do, is keep your own gate.
Yeah. Thanks for the welcome. Been watching and subbing your friends. As a Canadian who pretty much lives in the woods, and we have legal cannabis, so reading the Wendigo. All right.
Be careful.
That's pretty good.
Oh, July the 1st is Canada Day. All right.
I can do what I want on Canada Day.
I don't think I've ever heard of Canada Day. I want to start celebrating Canada Day. Andrea, party animal. Oh, 1st of July is Canada's 4th, Chris. I did not know that. That's cool to know. Wait, I said series of important events was great. He said it was great, but didn't you say you didn't like the ending very much?
The ending, I think. He said he was great, but the ending wasn't so great.
Yeah. Series of Forge Fence was so great, but again, that ending disappointed me so much.
Don't worry, Chris. I read that wrong too.
Yeah. Okay, I see. Yeah. I have to reread Algernon Blackwood. Yeah, it's wonderful. But I always confuse Blackwood. He always confuses Blackwood with Arthur Mack, and I always confuse him with August Derleth.
I've not read any Mack,
which is funny because one of them inspired Lovecraft, one of them ripped off Lovecraft.
Yeah, right? Yeah, seriously. Yeah. Oh, shit. I just got invited to Canada for Canada Day, guys. I freaking want to do that.
Probably go there a different day too, but
no, I want to go to Canada.
But if they're going to give you burgers and beer, I mean,
I've never been maple infused bacon. God, but isn't bacon different in Canada than it is in America?
On trees.
Oh, maple or bacon?
Maple bacon.
Yeah, Blackwood is on Horror Babble. That's true.
Yes, there's a lot of his
Horror Babble's great.
Yeah, really true.
Channel.
Mm-hmm. We should bother those guys sometime. They probably never talk to us, but we throw a bunch of people their way. We're like, I've always said, like, go watch this, go listen to Horror Babble.
I keep trying to listen to their version of The House in the Borderlands, and unfortunately, I do it right before I go to sleep, so I fall asleep every single time.
I confuse
part over and over.
I confuse William Hope Hodgson and Manly Wade Wellman all the time too.
Speaking of,
those guys are different.
I need to start reading more of this thing, which is Manly Wade Wellman.
Jeff will appreciate that.
Yeah, I read the first 2 stories so far. Very good, very very good.
Weren't you saying on your channel that people tell you not to read them like straight through? You got to take a break and then read one.
Yeah, I don't know
your mileage may vary. You're used to reading older stuff, so it probably for you, you're fine because you read a lot of pulp fiction and fiction from the 20s and stuff like that. But for somebody like a modern reader, I would definitely say like read a little bit, take a little break.
Okay.
Because otherwise it would be like, I don't know, it has a, it's hard to say. It might get a sameness and it might drive people away, is my concern.
Okay.
Oh, no, that's my spiel.
It's great so far though. I love the sort of Appalachian lingo that he has going.
Oh, I know.
The whole way through. That's
awesome.
Very charming. Very
the
charming.
First one I read from him was the Deseric on Yarndo, and that one's
great. That was the last one I read.
Good. This weird cryptids and like a mystery story, and it's just like who even knows what these things are that they're talking about? And I love that you just don't know.
Yep, it's great.
Bacon in Canada is the same, but what you call Canadian bacon, we call back bacon because regular bacon is side bacon.
You know what?
This is the stuff we need to know when we go visit.
We need to know.
It's important.
There's a question at the border. What do you call?
Oh, sorry, we can't let you in.
Like, what do you call?
You didn't know the difference.
I'm sorry, you got to turn around. Hey.
Oh, the Canadians are going to rise up, you guys, and kill us if we keep talking crap here. All right.
I know.
We're talking crap.
There's really good people from Canada that talk to us. It's awesome.
It's true. Everyone reading Elric, go read Lord Dunsany. I love Lord Dunsany.
Yeah, the Fortress Unvanquishable, save for Sacknoth, is amazing.
Yeah,
I read that story and I was like, when I read that the first time, I read it in the same book as I read that Wellman story, a collection of short stories.
Yeah,
and I was like, wow, I didn't think somebody could do something like that. It was just so blown away. It was like reading a myth. But it was like, it wasn't an actual myth. It was somebody's fictional writing. It was so damn good. It was amazing.
So if you're talking about the gods of Pangea or Pagina,
I don't know where it came out, what story this specific one came out of.
Oh, you're talking about a specific story. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. This is a shorter work. I don't know what volume of his published works it came out of, or whatever.
Yeah, I loved the gods of Pagina, or however you pronounce that.
It
was incredible.
They're all usually very short. Usually they're like 4 or 5 pages.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. I need to read Dunsany. He's been on my list for so long. But
yeah, real earlier fantasy. Yeah.
That's true, because it was this earlier fiction was meant to be read in short form, and then you'd have to wait a month or two before you get to read the next story.
Yeah.
So they had time to breathe and for it to settle in. So I think it's sort of consistent with how it was meant to be taken. Dinner. I think
it's strange because I'll use those interchangeably.
Yeah. Some people don't.
Like if I ask a question, have you had supper?
Yeah.
Would you like dinner?
For some people, I think is it supper is your big meal of the day, but dinner is more. One of them is the big meal of the day, which could be lunch or dinner.
What about second breakfast?
That's not even in the list.
What about 11s? Afternoon tea. He knows about them, doesn't he?
Yeah, Mr. Bandana I have a first edition, American edition of that God's book where he made up his own mythology, and I loved it. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, I have some cheaper copies of it. Yeah.
Tim, Baltimore guy, have you ever gone to Death Fest or Days of Darkness Fest?
I have not. I had so my dad operates his own. He operates his own security business, and I had the opportunity to do security for Death Fest one year. I don't remember why I turned it down. I had something else going on, but no, I didn't end up going. I wish I would have, though, because I want to. It sounds awesome.
Wow. Okay. That does sound awesome.
So many death metal and black metal bands in one place.
That's good. I'm glad that's what it is and not something else.
Yeah.
I don't know what this question means. I know Philip K. Dick with Plutarch. Alternate PKD with Plutarch. Which one is weirder?
Oh, interesting.
I don't know.
I've not read any Plutarch.
I don't think I have either. Don't forget that you can get a free case of beer if there's a moose in your bottle. Oh, it's Deb. Deb,
what's up, Deb?
I don't know if it's super early in the morning or nighttime or in the afternoon, but it's good to see you, Deb.
It would be morning for Deb.
Hello, all. Dunsany is stunning. Just finished Sailor on the Seas. All right. What are you thinking of it?
Yeah, let's hear your opinion.
Yeah.
It's wild.
It's wild. Trick question. There's no last meal of the day in Canada. We just keep eating.
Just a constant flow of pancakes.
In this economy, tea is the last meal. Breakfast, dinner, and then tea. The film The Norseman is a classic sword and sorcery, but in celluloid. Evers is class.
I need to read that. Not read that. I need to see that.
I haven't seen it yet. Oh, Eggers, isn't it? Eggers is that Robert Eggers that did that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet, and I need to.
I haven't seen any of his movies. I heard that was great. I heard Nosferatu was great.
Awesome. A really awesome kind of. I mean, it's a movie about a witch, but a pretty accurate view of Puritan early America, Puritan colonies. Really, really incredible.
I was working in a movie theater when it came out, but I unfortunately did not have a chance to watch it. So,
yeah, the gods of Pagana. Yeah, I love King Develflin's Daughter. I want to read that. Thought about getting a tattoo with Dunsany's phrase, Beyond the Fields We Know. I have a question for Tim. Is there a book that you read outside of your usual comfort zone that blew your mind?
Discomfort book.
That's a good question. Actually, you know what? It's not that hard a question. Last year, Nick from the Book Graveyard sent me a bunch of books, and one of them was Assignment White Raja by Edward S. Ahrens. The Assignment series, also known as the Sam Durrell series, is his big, like, spy thriller adventure series. And I'd never read anything like that before. Assignment White Raja was one of my favorite books from last year. It was incredible. It was like Indiana Jones mixed with James Bond with a little bit of like crime noir thrown in there. It was fantastic.
Okay. Wow. Okay. I did Eggers, or I did Nosferatu as well. I saw that one as well. You're right. I forgot that Eggers did that. It's AM here. Controversial opinion. I like Sailor better than Elric of Melnibone. Don't firebomb my house. Yeah, some of my commenters agree with that. Oh, you said you like Sailor better. Yeah, Sailor's better. I agree with that 100%.
That first act of Sailor just it blows so many other stories out of the water.
Yeah. Sailor is a step above, and I enjoyed Elric of Melnibone. I really did.
Yeah, as a novel, I like Elric of Melnibone more, but that first act for Sailor is just
it's
so good.
I was so entertained.
I'm looking forward so much to when you guys get to the end.
The thing is, though, I've had the ending of the Elric saga spoiled for me.
Don't even spoil it. Honestly, even knowing what to expect, when I went back and reread it a couple years ago, I was like, it still holds up. It's still such a good ending.
Okay.
So, totally.
I can't wait to get to it.
Yeah. A lot of people talk about how good Eggers is. I really like him too. Hey, I got an Eggers story. The witch takes place in the town my wife is from. Slaps. It slaps. Where's Nick? Nick's sleeping. But if he was awake, I'd be here saying, it slaps.
Yeah. Are you still saying whips ass? Is that still a thing?
Whips ass. I don't know if that's still a thing.
The first time I heard that was on one of your live streams.
Whips ass.
Yeah. I think I remember it. I don't remember why it came up.
I don't remember it at all. My old dishwasher pretended he watched The Lighthouse because he was in the wedding. Because he was in his wedding. I had to tell him the plot. Oh, the old dishwasher was in maybe Eggers' wedding?
Oh.
No.
Oh, that's interesting.
A Short History of Time blew my tiny brainy. A Short History of Time. I don't know if that's a hard science book. I don't know. Yes, that whole first story was really excellent, which was what was the name of those two siblings? Agak and Gagak?
Gagak, yeah.
So good.
I don't know if it's still available on YouTube, but there is a Sailor on the Seas of Fate audiobook that I listened to on YouTube. Yeah, and I was listening to it while I was reading the book for the first time.
I think I know what you're talking about. I think it is there. I think it is a pretty good reading too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I don't know if it's still there, but it was there a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to really quickly bring up that Deb and I are going to start reading for the spooky season. We're going to open spooky season. We're going to start reading the last week of September. We're going to read Picnic at Hanging Rock. And talk about it right at the beginning of October. I'm so excited to read that. We've had this planned, Deb and I, for months.
Really getting it going.
Yeah, so we're very excited about that. I loved that movie growing up. Stephen Hawking's Brief History of Time. Okay. Yeah, that is a mind-blowing book. Yes, Egger's Wedding. He was just too hard into anime to give a shit about horror. Man, you got to be hard on both of those. I love anime and horror.
Great, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know how to tell you this, but I think your wife might be a witch. Awesome. Yes. The Witch was super bleak, Constance, and God, I put it on just to pass the time sometimes. I love it so much.
I thought that was great.
So what is Deb saying here? Hey, Tim, is it the same one I had with Moorcock reading the intro and Jeff West narrating?
Yes, that is the one. That is the one. And that's the thing. That book has that version. I can't remember what publication it was, but there is a version of Sailor on the Seas of Fate where Michael Moorcock gives this. It's basically the intro to the book, but it's basically Elric having a nightmare about going back to Melnibone and everything going wrong.
Oh, okay.
Like your Kun is taken over. Cimmeril is dying. Essentially, it's the thing is, I don't want to spoil anything, but there are some themes from that intro to Sailor on the Seas of Fate that build up the first act of We're the White Wolf. And so if you go back and listen to that intro, it's haunting.
I know I've listened to it because I know exactly what you're talking about. It's really good.
And Michael Moorcock I'm not going to say that Michael Moorcock has the best reading voice, but the way he does that intro, it works so well and it sounds amazing.
Wow. Okay. I haven't. Yeah. And that's the only place you can get it?
That's the only place that I've read that intro, but it has to be in a print version because I know that he wrote that intro for something else.
Okay.
Interesting.
She is a witch. Damn. Yeah. I took my parents to see The Witch in the theater. And they love horror. My whole family loves horror. We're crazy for horror. I want to pull that out for I'll do it in a minute. All the dialogue in that movie is straight up lifted from journals contemporary to the time the movie is portraying. That's how serious that Eggers took it. So you have a conjure wife. I wonder if I'm going to be able to pull this out. I know it's somewhere.
Try to get him on this.
Use your wizard powers, Chris.
Man, I want to. Oh, there's the final program that I was trying to find earlier. I'm standing up, Jake Pants.
Oh no, he's probably not even here.
Third pair of pants.
He got cold. He had to go.
He's like, yeah, I'm cold. This is stupid. Chris isn't getting up. Where is my anyway? Conjure Wife is I think it's Fritz Leiber's first novel, and there it is. And it is a wonderful and interesting read. I talk about it on the channel, and it is about. It looks like one of them Gothics.
It does look like a Gothic.
Yeah, but the plot of this is there's a man who finds out that his wife is practicing witchcraft in order to help him in his career, and he is a professor and a rationalist, and is like, oh my god, this stupid. He like is against all like forms of. I'm not thinking of the word when you knock on wood and stuff. being superstition. Yeah, he's against all this kind of superstition. So he basically forces her to stop being a witch, and then his life goes to hell. And it turns out that that she's not the only witch helping her husband. It's incredible, and
it sounds like a Fritz Leiber topic.
Yeah,
yeah.
I loved that book. It was so fun. So yeah, good.
That's awesome.
Good mention there, Joe. I loved it.
I'm running out of clothes.
The Elric book.
It's like when he starts the stream, he starts like one of those clothes challenges where he's got like 30 sweaters on or something.
Right? Yeah, exactly. My wife chased me out of the room with her broom. She's a housewife. I'm hugely looking forward to reading Picnic at Hanging Rock with you, Chris. Quick question for you. Have you ever heard of Tourmaline by Randolph Stowe? No. What is it? Tell us about it. I don't know that at all. The vocabulary in The Witch is the best part aside from the cinematography. Yeah, it's so good. I'm running out of clothes. I know that's what's happening. And I tried to keep you clothed.
He tried his hardest, Jake.
I did. I brought so many books over. Ancient Roman historian, like alternating history and science fiction. Oh, I see. Okay. It's an awesome group chat when Plutarch is dropped. There's a good movie from that Lieber book. I watched that as well, called Night of the Eagle, although sometimes it is called Burn Witch Burn. Yeah, Jeff, it was a good movie. It's an early cool horror movie. It really is.
Oh, I think who is that? Does that have
There's two movies that are called Burn Witch Burn. This is one of them.
Is this the one with Christopher Lee? Is Christopher Lee in one of those?
No, this is older than that. This is black and white.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
I saw The Witch with some work friends, and wow, we're going on about The Witch here. And now my wife.
I wish you would have seen this movie.
Yeah, and now my wife. No one else in the party liked it because they could not understand the dialogue. Yeah, yeah. I had a bit of a leg up on the dialogue. I was lucky, just because of all the old stuff I read and majoring in English literature. So, my parents were lost. Jake, I told you to wear extra socks. Everybody talking about Picnic at Hanging Rock. Be sure to watch my review of it. LOL. Yeah, I think you're the only one that I've seen do a review of it, Curtis.
Shameless plug. I like it.
Yeah,
good.
We're about that. That witch versus rationalist is brilliant, Chris. Never boss your witch. That's right.
Never boss. That's good advice. Life advice.
And it's interesting because he talks a little bit about how men see things and how women see things, and it's dated. It's of its time, but it's also I think he came at it from a good perspective. I really liked it.
Yeah, he wrote. There's a really good Farfig and Grey Mouser story, where there's Farfig and Grey Mouser typically are adventurers, and they sort of like have a fling with these women, and then they sort of like, well, they're gone. Who knows what happened to them?
Right.
And there's a story where all that bad energy that they've been spreading has like a comeuppance, and it's like
nice.
The whole story is like a comeuppance, and they have to like almost apologize to these women that they've jilted, and it's so damn good.
I haven't got that yet, but it sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's strange because like we're reading his A Spectre is Haunting Texas, and there are some over the top satirical things going on. Some of it that is very problematic. It's going to be interesting to talk about. It really is, but I think that Leiber is coming from a very a place of hate towards all that. He's using that to talk about how ugly it is. It's going to be an interesting discussion. Tim, I'm looking forward to our time. That's on the 20th, right?
Yes.
September 20th. And who's our guests, Tim?
So it's going to be you. It's going to be Joseph Reed's Books, who in a way started this whole thing by telling all of you two that this book is insane.
Okay.
And then Paul from Geeks Love Dogs.
Bam! You got it.
Jake, I didn't forget.
Oh, Andrea being the MVP of the chat that she is. bring us back around. Tim, what are some of your hobbies outside of reading, writing, and booktube?
Thank you, Andrea.
Well, I mean, I mentioned a little bit. I love classic rock and heavy metal. I listen to that constantly.
It might be time for heavy metal.
Yeah, I'm always listening to some kind of music like that when I'm writing. Sometimes when I'm reading, it can be a little distracting sometimes. For whatever reason, though, it really helps me write. I haven't done it lately, but I used to be really, really into miniature painting, and that kind of went hand in hand with my other hobby for a while, which was tabletop role playing games.
Nice.
Yeah, I got into D&D in my early 20s, and unfortunately, I haven't played it often recently, just because anytime I bring up anything with my friends, it's like, yeah, that'd be awesome. But I have this thing, and it's like, okay, whatever.
Adulting. Yeah.
Yep, it's tough, but yeah, it's that was an interesting part of the hobby though, because collecting miniatures and like learning how to paint them was such a weird skill that I didn't think I would get that into.
Yeah.
But I found myself like looking up videos on different like painting techniques and different YouTubers who are just all about collecting and painting minis. And so for a while, I was what I was all about. But I haven't done it that much lately, though I still love the whole process. It's very zen. It's very relaxing. I like it.
Yeah.
I'm right there with you. I love doing it.
Then you have freaking cool little statues when you're done that look awesome.
Yeah. I'm way into that stuff. I love it. Actually, I've been thinking about getting back into it and doing more of it too. I've been talking to my daughter. We're doing more of it. Do you have a favorite? Who do you like that you watch that does miniature painting? Do you have anybody that you like? If you remember anybody.
What was the name of the one guy?
I was really into those guys.
Black Magic Craft.
Black Magic Craft. Oh yeah, it was good stuff.
He didn't talk about the mini painting so much, but his stuff was more about like terrain and you know.
I got a foam cutter because of him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that dude's videos were awesome. There's also Goobertown Miniatures.
Goobertown. Oh my god, my wife would laugh so much. She goes, "This guy is a goober."
He's been called the Bob Ross of miniature painting, and that's totally accurate.
So great. I love his stuff. Oh yeah, that's so awesome. That's so cool.
Reluctant Artsy says, "Woot, I'm a TTRPG channel, 60-year-old Canadian kid. We're pure and cool like that."
What is that? Is Reluctant Artsy your channel name?
Yeah, seriously.
Nice.
I'll check it out. I seriously love miniature painting. I love war games. I love tabletop RPGs.
We're going to finish the RPG before we go to metal, people, but we're going to metal.
Yeah. Actually, tabletop miniatures is the reason I started watching YouTube on a regular basis. That was like literally what I was doing. And I was like, I don't know how I ended up getting to books, but basically, yeah.
Well, check out Ben. Minisodes and midwinter minis are the best mini YouTubers.
I've not heard of those.
Okay.
I think Reluctant Artsy is the best. The best. Oh, I don't know if he paints figures. Let's see. Painting figures, transferable skill, nail painting, always in demand. What's nail painting? Oh, nail painting, like fingernails. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Black Magic Craft from the Winnipeg, Canada.
Yes, he is.
Yeah. Tabletop Tunnels and Trolls is fun. No figurines needed. All storytelling.
Tunnels and Trolls, that's one of the OG ones.
Yep, it is.
Miniature painting. Yes, it's mesmerizing. Absolutely. It's like the ASMR of all of our corner of BookTube.
It's way more enjoyable than it has any right to be.
Yeah, I hear you, Tim. Adulting totally killed the role-playing vibe I had in uni, though I still own a several thousand-point wood elf and ally pointed on.
Yeah, wood elves, right on.
That'll do it.
So I played L5R, Legend of the Five Rings. That was our big thing. I started with D&D with my brother, and then we were all into Japan, and we did Legend of the Five Rings, and we would seriously, like, everybody would show up Saturday or Friday night, and we would party Friday night and then role play Saturday and Sunday with a little bit of a nap in between for hours and hours and hours. It would be so hard right now if my friends were like, let's role play a game, because it's like I don't know if I can give up like the 10 to 12 hours a day that it's so fun. It's so fun. But
no adult does that anymore.
Yeah, I guess
3 or 4 hours.
Yeah,
3 or 4 hour sessions for sure.
Yeah, God,
it's got to be like a power gamer session where you just dungeon crawl. It's like a 3-room dungeon. Kill the monsters, get the treasure. We're done.
And the DMs, we'd all kind of switch through. We would write our own adventures.
Mm-hmm.
So the stories we told, I mean, really, truly, when you got right down to it, it was just us pretending make believe in a different fashion. It was really wonderful. Yeah, I don't know how well we do at
rewarding.
Yeah, man, that was fun. The stories we told. I think that's how. Isn't that how Fofford and Grey Mouse? No. Somebody, I heard some writer was just telling
Terry Brooks.
Maybe it's Terry Brooks.
Terry Brooks did it for sure.
But a lot of the D&D books might just be people talking about their D&D adventures. Who knows?
I'm pretty sure that's what the Dragonlance series was.
So Margaret Weiss and Tracy Hickman. And this was somebody, I wasn't quite sure, but somebody corrected me or kind of gave me the fine point on it. Tracy Hickman and his wife, the Hickmans, were the guys who wrote Ravenloft, the original Ravenloft. They had an annual like Halloween game where they'd play like they'd start the Castle Ravenloft, and then it was like they had that night to play the game. So it was like you had to get to the end and try and kill Strahd by the end of the night or whatever.
Strahd.
That was the annual thing, and then they published it, and it became hugely popular, and it developed, and then Hickman and Weiss together created Dragonlance, I think, and wrote it, or I'm not quite certain of the creation, but they wrote those novels, and they're super iconic. It was like core fantasy for me.
Yeah,
because Nick too, he was like, "Yeah, I love this series." I'm like, "Yep." It was just, I don't know how I'd feel about it now as an adult, but I have a massive amount of nostalgia around Dragonlance.
Yeah, mine's Ravenloft.
Ravenloft is amazing. It's so good. Yeah. It's like, and they actually had some really great stuff because they actually kind of like brought it more into like the 1890s sort of time period.
Yeah,
and brought D&D up to that time period, and it was so good.
Well, I hope you guys all enjoyed us talking about literature. That was super fun. We're now going to go into the second act of this live. And we're going to talk about metal. And way up in the chat, Curtis asked me, Chris, why are you suddenly in a doom metal mood? Because on my Discord, I have a few Discorders that really know their metal. And I haven't seen Atop here yet. Sephiros is here. Oh no, Sephiros had to go. But yeah, there's and Curtis, who also really knows his metal. But on Jimmy's radio show, the last one, the one before that, Beauty and the Beast, which was a riot, the most shambolic he's been in a long time, 5 hours. I played a song by Pilgrim, which is a doom metal band that was around in 2012, which I discovered around that time because I was doing a lot of music by myself at that time, and it's from an album called Misery Wizard, and the name of the song is Astaroth, and it's that whole album was so good, and listening to it again on Jimmy's channel made me want to find stuff like that. So Curtis, that's what got me into thinking about metal again. And of course, I'm just going to let you guys go from there. There was a couple of comments I'm going to put up here. Let's see. Yeah. But what's your favorite metal genre there, Tim? I guess we could start there.
Oh my gosh. If we're going to go by the genre that I listen to the most, lately at least, probably power metal, just because it has those classic sword and sorcery vibes.
What is power metal?
Half of the power metal bands that exist are already writing songs about barbarians and wizards and stuff. So it helps get the creative juices flowing for my stories. The first of those kind of bands that I really got into was a band called Master Plan, which is really weird because they're actually a super group that was formed from a bunch of other European metal bands at the time. But their stuff is ridiculous. Their first self-titled titled album is still one of my favorite metal albums ever. Masterplan by Masterplan.
I've never even heard of this.
It's fantastic. They have a song called Spirit Never Die. And that song has been used in more crappy AMV videos than any other song I've ever heard.
Interesting.
It's
okay.
amazing. There, if you look up Spirit Never Die AMV, you will see literally every popular anime series of all time with an animated music video that has the song Spirit Never Die by Masterplan set to it.
He says, dude, Jorn Londe was in Masterplan.
Yep, he was. He's great.
Yeah, we're losing people. Goodbye, everybody. We're talking metal. We're going to talk metal. Thanks for joining us, Richard.
Richard awesome.
Booktuber said nice stuff about me. That was nice. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. You can tell Chris is like boom, boom. The screens are moving around. Things are happening. It's all him. Like, all you gotta do is listen.
I'm getting better at it, right?
Yeah. You get headphones on. You're like a DJ.
Yeah, there's two bands that I was introduced to. The first one was by, oh God, I can't. Let me see if I can jump into my Discord. I want to shout this person out. I think it was Mecha Gogeta, wasn't it? You that introduced me to Candlemas, Mecha Gogeta.
I love Candlemas.
I think it was. So I really enjoyed. No, maybe it wasn't Candlemas. I can't remember how it went. There was one band that I was introduced to that I really liked, but I'm going to have to go back into the Discord to see. The other one that I've been listening to recently is Reverend Bazaar.
Not heard of that one.
Yeah, some kind of Norway, which brings it to this good question. Why is black metal so Scandinavian?
Because weird. It has to be pagan.
Yeah.
True black metal is pagan, and there's no country more pagan. Well, there's no countries more pagan than the Scandinavian countries.
Yeah, I think you did, Curtis, drop Candlemas, but somebody did. When I first started asking questions, it was me and I think just Mecha Gogeta. I think it was just the two of us, and I think he might have been the one that said, listen to Candlemas, but it might have been something else. Reverend Bazaar is great too. Yeah, that's the closest I've found that sounds like Pilgrim. But what I wanted to ask you, Tim, is earlier you just said something about there's an Elric metal band.
Oh, well, there's Eternal Champion, which they have all their songs have to do with different fantasy and horror literature. They have a song called Invoker, which is one of my favorite songs. That's entirely about the Cthulhu mythos.
Is this the one that has the Stormbringer cover?
No, okay, so you're thinking of Cirith Ungol, which they get that name from, it's a Tolkien reference. Cirith Ungol is the tower at the edge of Mordor. But nice. No, that band, Cirith Ungol, they use Michael Whalen's Elric art for all of their album covers. And they wrote a few songs about Elric. They have one song called Stormbringer, which is just about Elric, and it's fantastic. But they write songs about all kinds of stuff. They just happen to use Elric cover art for every single one of their albums.
Pallbearer, thank you. Yes. So Curtis introduced me to Candlemas. Mecha Gogeta introduced me to Pallbearer. Pallbearer was incredible. They are fun. I don't know if you guys have heard Pallbearer.
I've heard of them. I haven't listened to them.
I think they were kind of operatic.
Oh,
okay. Yeah. Mecha Gogeta realized pretty quick that I really like a psychedelic bit in my metal. I like it mixed up a little bit. Okay, so there's the band that uses Michael Whelan covers, and then there's Eternal Champion, and that's the name of another band, or is that the name of an album?
No, that Eternal Champion is another band. They're a fairly more recent band. Cirith Ungol, the Elric album cover guys, they've been around since the 80s. I think actually their first album was like in 1978 or 79, but whatever. Eternal Champion's a fairly recent band. Their first album came out in 21, I think.
Oh, okay.
So they only have 2 albums right now, but they're great. Yeah, and all their songs are about different books and pulp stories and stuff.
Awesome.
Eternal Champion has a song, I Am the Hammer. It is about the singer's personal RPG campaign, and it's a great song. That's awesome.
I think it's the opening song for their first album. Yeah, it's a great song.
Lord Vicar is related to Reverend Bazaar.
Oh.
I don't know. Is Lord Vicar big? Pallbearer. Pallbearer and even Candlemass have elements of power metal in them, especially in the vocal style. They're like power metal slowed down. Yeah, I like a really glacial style. I really do. Cirith Ungol whips ass. Eternal Champion is awesome.
They are as well.
Yeah. I want to do, and I think we should filter this through Jimmy. I would love to do a metal themed pop-up radio. I think it would be really fun if it was just like, no, we're gonna do different metal songs and just try to hit all the genres. Yeah, because I think that would be really, because there's like goth.
That's a Herculean test, dude. There's a lot of metal subgenres.
Yeah. Cauldron Born is a great
I have to
Sword
listen
and
to that.
Sorcery themed metal band. You might like Electric Wizard then. Oh, Joe, I listened to Electric Wizard.
They are very sludgy.
I really enjoyed them. Yeah, Electric Wizard is very much the direction I go for metal. I like that. Like sometimes it gets a little proggy, a little psychedelic. I really enjoyed that. Yeah.
Have you listened to Sleep?
Oh yeah, Dope Smoker. Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah.
I was like, if you like long droning stuff, you gotta listen to Sleep.
And I don't know, I posted it on the Discord, but the Melvins did an album called Lysol, and the first like 26 minutes of the album is just the heaviest, crazy. Guar. I remember Guar. You remember Guar, Tim?
I never listened to them, but I remember seeing music videos just flipping around on TV channels, be like, "What the heck is this?"
Yeah. No, they had more fun than any of the other metal
sure
bands,
they did.
because they were just like, we're taking this fantasy thing all the way. Forget it. It's going all the way. Crabby. I want to do a radio show sometime where all I do is play people I know's music, and I would love to have you be a part of that. Krabby has a channel, and he makes incredible like 90s hardcore. I hate pigeonholing you. Let me know if I'm wrong here, Krabby. Incredible like 90s hardcore techno, the stuff that was what people listened to that wanted to really get into the gritty synth sound of that stuff. I
can dig that kind of stuff.
Yeah, really cool.
He seems like we're getting a little.
I'd be so up for that. Nice. Yeah, I want to. I've got Atop, I've got Sephiros. I mean, I haven't talked to these other people yet, but these are the people that I'm thinking of. And then I could play some of my stuff. I think if we could get a couple more people from our corner of BookTube, Tim, if you know anybody or anything like that, we could have a really fun time introducing people to music that's made by people that are right here, right now.
That's awesome. I love the idea.
So cool. Melvins, what about Phantomass? I don't know Phantomass. I only know that Melvins because my cousin was like, you need to listen to this, and gave me a copy of Lysol, and like I was just like, what the hell? I mean, it is so heavy and so slow and so long. It's really really fun. Good old skateboarding got me into metal. Ash Eater is some pretty good metal from the PNW.
I don't know that one.
I don't either. Ash Eater.
I have to look it up though.
Yeah. Rest in peace, the guitarist from Mastodon. Leviathan Rules is an album. I have a CD copy of that, and I haven't listened to it yet.
It's a great album.
Is it?
I've only listened to it a couple times, but yeah, it's a little proggy, it's a little experimental, but it's all about. I don't know if the entire album is about this, but at least the title track is. It's all a Moby Dick reference.
Awesome! I've got to listen to it. My metal knowledge stops at metal.
I love that show.
Metalocalypse.
I don't know much metal either.
It's ridiculous. Metaapocalypse.
I miss that show so much.
Yeah. Graveyard, I know. Witchcraft, Graveyard, and Dead Man are killer, but more into 70s Swedish stoner direction. Yeah, Graveyard sounds to me like 70s garage rock, like Moby Grape and shit like that. But still, what's the one I know? I can't remember. Yeah, there's two great songs by Graveyard that I listen to in my car as I'm going around. The Cauldron Born guy, Howie Bentlem, had a Sword and Sorcery and heavy metal booktube channel that was active a year ago, but he went back to working on music. He is an author as well. Wow.
Yeah, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. I think he was involved in that one anthology where it was fantasy stories written by a bunch of musicians. I can't remember the name of it.
Oh, that's cool.
Swords of Steel, I want to say it was called.
That's kind of cool.
Eric will know. Eric Wag, if you're still here, please let me know.
Yeah, Eric, I think he is still here. Guar still tours. They were here in Pensacola last year. Nice. Yeah, I remember them all dressed up. Yeah, for me, it's funny. My metal, because I'm a little bit older. I'm Virgil's age. So Virgil, you might remember this. When I was in my first year of middle school, there were people that wore Master of Puppets shirt, and they'd cut off the arms. And there's a picture of me somewhere wearing a Master of Puppets shirt with the arms cut off, and I'm like under 90 pounds at that point, so it's absolutely ridiculous. But when I first saw that, it scared me. Like, I was scared because I had just like come out of the Mormon church. Like, that was terrifying.
Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah.
But I was also like, holy crap, that is so cool looking. And I didn't dare to listen to Metallica until And Justice for All came out. And Justice for All is one of my favorite metal albums of all time. I just think that they went almost proggy with that. It was so incredible. And I remember getting it, and I had a Walkman. I had it on tape, and I would listen to it while walking to school. And then I was able to eventually move on to Iron Maiden and Megadeth, and finally the scariest band of all time, Slayer. And then I think I got into Morbid Angel.
Oh wow, yeah.
I've never listened to Morbid Angel.
Yeah, Morbid Angel.
Does Morbid Angel have the guy who sounds like Chris Cornell? Or is that somebody? No, it's Acid Bath. That's Acid Bath.
Yeah. And I did listen to some Acid Bath recently too. No, Morbid Angel does the their big hit was "So Let the Children Come for Me." Something I can't do it. But they did kind of a
Morbid Angel now.
Kind of a and then I don't know if you guys ever listened to the band Death.
Oh yeah,
yeah, they kind of in, as far as I know, invented. Oh, this is going to be. I think there's points of contention here.
Don't say it, because then Brian will.
I feel like they kind of created the growly voice that we know as death metal. I've always heard they were the beginning of death metal.
All right, I'm gonna time it. How long is it going to be before Brian shows up in the chat?
The closest I listen to stuff like that is like Yngwie. I really like Yngwie.
Yeah,
and like Marty Freeman and Cacophony. Like, I like that stuff.
What's Yngwie's full name? Are you talking about the guitarist?
Yngwie Malmsteen.
Yeah. So the buddy that I had on my channel that you were talking about, Virgil, you got to go back and watch that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. The buddy that I had on my channel almost ran him over. I'm not even kidding. He went to his concert, had a great time, went out, got in his car. They were flipping out of the parking lot, trying to get out of there quick. And Yngwie was walking across the street, and they slammed on their brakes. He turned around and like slammed on the top of their car and flipped them off and finished walking across the street.
Wow.
Oh man.
That's hilarious.
Oh my goodness. All right, let's see what people are talking about here. You guys can go on if you have anything else you want to add.
No, then yeah. So I guess that's like something that's like speed metal. I guess I don't know. I really don't know. I just know that I've listened to it and enjoyed it.
Fantomas is Mike Patton. I had a Mr. Bungle album that I really, really enjoyed. It is not for the normal, but it's a damn good time. But when have I ever listened to anything for the normal? This is something directly to Joe. The whole album is Moby Dick. I know No Metal. Joan Jett's cover of Season of the Witch is getting lots of play lately, though. Yeah, I love the original Donovan Season of the Witch. I don't know if I've heard Joan Jett's cover.
It's good. It's a good cover.
Best line for Metalocalypse, god damn, in my opinion, is we had to record our songs at the bottom of the Marianas Trench, the heaviest place on earth. Our song is called Mermaider. It's about a mermaid who murders.
You're saying it wrong, though. It's about a mermaid who murders.
There it is. I used to bounce at a rock music hall. Grammaticus is like seven feet tall, right? Death metal concerts always. Yeah. So in fact, Grammaticus, you bring up a point that I always disliked. I liked metal. I didn't like metal fans. I really.
That's a fair assessment.
and I don't know if that's true anymore. But back in the day, they were terrifying.
In my experience, yes, they are terrifying. Once they accept you as one of their own, they are the nicest people in the world. They really are. It's just, because it's one of those. The metal fandom is one of those things where it is super gatekeepy. And so if you don't listen to metal or you're just getting into the genre and you don't really know a lot about it, you're kind of looked down upon. And so you kind of, if you don't prove yourself and make yourself into one of the guys, they're not going to accept you.
Yeah.
But once they do, like I said, they'll be super sweet. But
yeah. I tried in middle school to be a jock, to be a cowboy, and to be a metalhead. And I failed at all three of those.
At the same time?
No. In order, like year by year. And I felt everybody knows middle school is the freaking worst.
Yeah.
And I failed at every one of those. So when I started high school, I was like, if I'm going to fail at everything that I try and not find a place to be, I'm going to just be whoever I want to be. And I wanted to be Edgar Allan Poe. And that's where I went goth. And
now we're talking to Tim who lives in Baltimore.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, goth worked for me. I was a skinny, long-faced kid. Oh shit, I kicked ass at goth. That's where I succeeded.
Did you have the beard back then, though?
No. I had I could grow like 6 little beards right here, or beard hairs. So Chris was Eddie from Stranger Things. Is he the one that does the Master of Puppets solo on the top of the trailer?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take that. Quar and the Blood Cannon, right? Oh my god. Swords of Steel. I own that book. It had the good
slow fag.
Well, fag scholarship.
Yeah.
Do metal?
That's a Celtic reference, I know.
Do metal lovers like the original punk bands like Sex Pistols? That's a great.
I'm not a big Sex Pistols fan, but I respect what they did for the punk genre.
So I'm super glad that Nick's asleep right now, and
he
never watches this. I liked a little bit of punk, but honestly, punk was a very strong reaction against the decadence of prog rock.
It was
because prog rock got dumb as it got done over and over again. People started being pretentious about it. And so punk is everything that prog rock's not, right? Prog rock is like 20 minutes long. They're all, perfect at their instruments and all that kind of stuff. Punk is like 30 seconds long. They're pissed and just bash their instruments with anger. And I do like some early punk. I do, but I'm a prog guy. So in my opinion, I think metal is this weird kind of mix of that old prog joining with the anger of punk. I think that metal is kind of both of those, the anger and when you listen to those chunky rhythm guitars on Master of Puppets, Ride the Lightning, Megadeth's first ones, I don't know those albums as well. They're good. They are creating intricate patterns, and I think that is like prog, but with punk anger added in.
The thing is, and I've thought about this for a long time, and I've come to the conclusion and I know that by saying this, a lot of metalheads will probably be mad at me. Heavy metal is a nerd genre. It's a genre for nerds to be creative.
I don't think it started there.
No, definitely not.
Yeah,
but it has definitely become something where it's a place for really creative people to exercise that creativity, get weird with the music. But like you said, they also have that anger and that, that chip on their shoulder that allows them to just go as hard as possible. So yeah, it is a perfect little blending of the two.
Best metal story I have was at a Disturbed Korn concert. The goth chick in the mosh pit just pulled her pants down and kissed on my boot like it was nothing. I'm telling you, they're weird concerts. Like, I don't want to go to a metal concert, but I do because they're awesome. It's really...
Here's the thing, though. You by commenting that, you probably pissed off a bunch of metal fans by referring to Disturbed and Korn as metal.
Oh, okay. That's the gatekeeping thing you're talking about.
That's where the gatekeeping comes in.
Yeah. No, back in the day, punkers and metalheads did not get along until crossover. I think you're right. Mm-hmm. I think you're right, Joe. That makes perfect sense. I don't know how old you are, Joe. You and I might be about the same age. Slow Feg is slow Feg.
Feg.
Yep, from heavy metal. I thought that, from Slain from 2000 AD. Same comic book company that did Judge Dredd.
Oh yeah, you were talking to me about that a while ago, Virgil. Yeah,
I need to do a
Lane.
I love Slain. Slain comics are the best.
Awesome. You guys got to try this all Japanese punk band called Otoboke Beaver. They're amazing with their instruments. Furious and face melting. Don't Light My Fire is a good song. Interesting. I'll check it out. That sounds great. Yeah, my daughter has a new friend that's been hanging around, and her new friend is like obsessed with baby metal. So I've listened to a couple baby metal tracks. It's like this weird, like idol Japanese pop culture with like metal. It's really strange. Really strange. Having said that, I like the Sex Pistols, Meatman and the Ramones. I liked the Dead Kennedys. I liked Wire from England. I liked The Fall. Metal is 100% prog mixed with punk. Sweet. It's got the Mecha Gogeta stamp right there. Yeah. There was always an element of nerd in metal, I think. Yeah. I just remember going to a metal party. I had a friend I met down the road that knew, he's the one that introduced me to Slayer, the really scary band. Those guys still kick ass, by the way. But he took me to a metal party, and like I could feel there was this one guy there that is the type of guy you meet that you know is going to end up in prison. Right? Like seriously terrifying. I could feel the violence like bubbling out of this dude. It really, really scared me. But you're right. I don't know if that's the case anymore. I don't know. I think that it's a different time. Mm-hmm. Iron Maiden singing about the entirety of history, and the Eddie covers were incredible. I had so many Eddie posters on my wall. I went to, what's up, Stringer Than Fiction? I went to Ozfest in late 90s as a teen. It was an eye-opening experience, I bet. Yeah. I graduated in 1987. Okay, you're a little bit older than I am. I think 87. I was 10. So yeah, you're a little bit older than I am. Totally not what I thought, he said as I was taking a drink. I don't know. I missed that. Prog, so Gabriel Genesis plus punk, so Sex Pistols equals metal. So yeah, that's a good way to put it. I love early Genesis, but also I think like Yes, and even Pink Floyd was what punk was bucking against. Like, of course, I think was it Johnny Rotten that wore the Pink Floyd shirt that he wrote "Fuck Pink Floyd" on. Yeah. Suburbia. I remember that. The movie Suburbia. Was listening to Danzig the other day. Yeah, mother. I also listened to some Boris recently, Goblin. I listened to their first album with the ballerina statue, the ballerina frog on it, on the cover. That was a good time. Somebody asked earlier what I thought of Acid Bath. I really enjoyed the music. I was not a huge fan of the vocals, and I don't know if I need to listen to more of it, but I really dislike the I'm gonna really pissed off the metalheads now. I don't like screamo.
Acid Bath that way though? Were they that way?
I don't think so. I don't think he's not like straight up screamo, but
Congratulations, Chris. You said the one word that no metalhead wants to hear.
I know, I'm sorry. I also got tired of the real guttural growls. I did. I got tired of that. I like when people actually sing with the metal instead of just screaming. Yeah.
I know the guy from Acid Bath had a really good voice. I know he sounds very much like Chris Cornell.
I need to listen to more then.
So
yeah.
But I don't know, but I'm not an expert in Acid Bath, so take from that what you will.
What's up, Dwarven Dad?
What's going on?
You made it for the metal talk.
Metal talk.
Iron Maiden's artwork in the 80s was amazing. Yeah, all the covers were awesome. Chris should listen to the Burzum album.
So
Philos Femme.
I mean, it's not metal, but some people say it's metal. It's more of like a dungeon synth kind of album. Nice. It was what's his freaking name? It was the one black metal guy from Mayhem. Was that the band he was from? It's the guy that got sent to jail for stabbing a former bandmate of his to death.
Okay. Ouch.
Yeah, I think Curtis said something about that before.
Yeah.
If I like synth with metal, that sounds fun. But let's not forget the start of metal was actually more blues influenced than anything else.
Yes,
you can hear that with old blues, like After the Rain by Muddy Waters. Yeah, and it's interesting because I think if you listen to the first track in the Court of the Crimson King, it's what is it? 21st Century Schizoid Man. I think to me that's and some people will say Helter Skelter, but so many people want to say the Beatles created every genre of music that they'll look really deep into trying to connect everything to them. But for me, like knowing that, when did Sabbath's come out? Sabbath's first album was
1970. Yes.
Yeah. So this King Crimson album, 21st Century Schizoid Man, that first track, not the whole album, just that first track is the hardest music I've heard that early. It's insane.
It is. It's ridiculous.
Oh my God, that's a good.
Have you heard the 30-minute long alternate version of that song?
No.
I think it's a live track. I can't remember exactly, but it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I like some King Crimson. I should check it out.
I'm not usually into like super long proggy songs, but the 30-minute edit of 21st Century Schizoid Man is
interesting.
Mind-boggling.
Interesting.
I'm exploring German krautrock. It's awesome. Yeah. So I was just listening today to my copy of Alpha Centauri by Tangerine Dream. I really love the early, when you get to the earliest of that, when they're still using analog instruments to make the weirdest noises possible. You get some great krautrock. Yeah, really awesome. There's a funny story about the Sex Pistols drummer running into Phil Collins, who he absolutely loved but couldn't admit in public. That's awesome.
I love Phil Collins.
Phil Collins is awesome.
I love heavy metal and I love Phil Collins.
That's right. Hell yeah.
Have you watched the video of the guy learning how to metal scream? Hilarious. No, I'll look for it.
So many videos like that. You're gonna have to narrow it down.
Yeah. But those groups have some of the heaviest guitar that I love. Yeah, the Cookie Monster stuff got daft, to be honest. Yeah. I've always been more into industrial music. Skinny Puppy. So that was my jam. When I went Gothic, KMFDM. Skinny Puppy. Ministry was incredible. But I even went to like Nicer Ebb and like the not as hardcore, the almost synth poppy goth stuff.
Ministry's first album is synth pop, isn't it?
It is. Nobody talks about
it. It's actually really good synth pop too. It's like amazing.
Yeah. Tim, have you heard of this new band, Castle Rat?
I have heard of that band.
Yes, I have, and you know I have, Eric. Castle Rat's amazing.
Is this synth stuff?
No, they're a new band, but they have like a classic kind of Black Sabbath-esque heavy metal style.
Kind of like the Sword too, kind of.
Yeah, a little bit. And all the band members dress up as different characters. They're a little theatrical. I've seen like videos of their live shows. They're very theatrical. They have a segment at the end of every show where the Grim Reaper comes up on stage and kills the lead singer, and then the bassist, who is a witch doctor, brings her back to life. It's awesome.
Oh, that's actually super cool.
Yeah.
Have you guys followed at all Hank Williams III? Hank the Third. So no. This is the grandson of Hank Williams and Hank Williams Jr. It's Hank Williams Jr.'s kid, and he started doing, and he sounds a lot like his grandpa. He sounds a lot like Hank Williams, the original Hank Williams. But he would do these concerts where he would do his country music, and his like one of his biggest songs is Drinking and Drugging. That's one of his country songs. So he's really pushing the envelope of country. It's not it's not silly country. It sounds like old country, but grittier. But after they do this like hour country set, they take a break and come back and do an hour death metal set.
Oh my.
I am not even kidding. He has a death metal band and a country band. And when he goes in concerts, he does half country and then half death metal. And he tells the country people to leave because they're going to do the death metal now. And of course, I'm sure some of them stay. But
nice.
Ash Jack, Hank the Third. Is that the name of the metal band? Is that the name of his metal band? It's really interesting.
That sounds interesting.
The professor of rock was recently discussing that the first true metal guitar riff was in a bluesy country song. I just don't remember the guitarist's name. Yeah, I think
that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I like to, when I used to teach music appreciation courses, and I always would like to talk about the classical artists as who they would be in modern times. So I always said Vivaldi is like the Jimi Hendrix, and Beethoven is who I called metal, because if you listen to Beethoven, man, he's just layering. He gets one riff going, like, the Ninth Symphony, right? He just repeats that one riff over and over again for like 20 minutes, but every time he does it, he adds more instrumentation.
And it goes harder every time.
Yes, it's so brilliant, man. So brilliant.
If Beethoven had been born a couple centuries later, he would have been like a death metal kid.
I think so. Hank the Third is a kind of a hot mess. I heard from a friend who hung out with him years ago. I'm sure you're right. If you listen to any of his music, he is definitely a hot mess. Somebody just FaceTimed me. What is going on? Sorry, let me check this really quick. Oh, they're trying to do some kind of thing. They're going to have to wait. I got to jump up for just a second. So let me see if I can. Wagner is metal.
Wagner is metal as well.
Yeah. Definitely. Anyway, I'll be right back. Talk about metal.
Tell me something. Tim, I don't listen to a lot. What should I try for somebody who?
I mean, honestly, if you're going to get started, you got to check out the first like wave of Black Sabbath's albums.
Oh, I've listened to Black Sabbath for sure.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, so I'm sorry. Yeah.
No. So, I mean, you have a good beginning. If again you're going to get into like newer stuff, check out Castle Rat. They are very Black Sabbath. It's just they have a slightly more fantasy centric kind of theme to them, and they have a female lead vocalist, so it's a slightly different kind of feel. But they're fantastic. They've got a new album coming out. I can't wait for it. Their first album is ridiculously good.
Right on.
Like I said, all their live shows look amazing. Aside from that, I know we mentioned Candlemass earlier. They're kind of like you take Black Sabbath and just make them epic and operatic.
Yeah.
That's Candlemass.
Okay. Well, then I did try them. Yeah, because I love Black Sabbath.
It's really interesting. To me, it sounded like Black Sabbath if they hired the singer of Iron Maiden.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, they've had multiple lead singers. The one they're known for, what is his name? Messiah Mendelssohn. Mendelssohn. I can't remember.
Mendelssohn? Are you talking about the classical artist?
No.
Oh.
Although actually, he might have like used his name. I can't remember the original lead singer. Well, he's not even the original. He's their second lead singer. Point is, his vocal range is ridiculous, and it's just he goes to super high operatic, like stratospheres. It's amazing. And yeah, it's at the same time. At the same time, the instruments are super deep and chuggy and just.
This is always my fear with the metal stuff. I found a PDF somebody put together of all the metal bands to tell you which ones are Nazis. Because I don't want to stumble into that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You get into something and you're like, oh, wait a minute. What did I just hear?
Yeah. That's too bad. I'm sad to hear that. Drugs I Took by Hank 3 lives rent free in my head. What kind of let's see. Listen to some Budgie. I don't know Budgie. Messiah is the one.
He's great. He's probably their best Candlemass's best lead singer.
Oh, there's more than one singer for Candlemass.
So they did their first album, Epicus Dumicus Metallicus.
Biggest Dickus.
Yes. No, their first album had a different lead singer. He was great, but then with their second album, they got this Messiah guy for lead vocals, and he just took it to a whole new level. And he stayed with them for 5 or 6 albums, I think. And then they switched on and off for a bunch of different lead singers after that. Okay. I can't remember who their lead singer is now. He's okay.
I don't remember what album I listened to, so I don't know. Hey. What's up, Jay? Hey,
Argentina.
Hola from Argentina.
Oh.
Thanks for joining us.
Right on.
Yeah, I remember that. Supernaut by Black Sabbath. Trent Reznor is Sick.
Supernaut is a ridiculous song. I love
Do you guys like to listen to music when you read? If so, does the book wind up affecting how you feel about the story, novel, vice versa? I'll start. I listen to very light synth or ambient, maybe even some early Tangerine Dream type of stuff, but it's got to be real minimal.
Yeah.
Not normally, but yeah, it would have to be something very, very like just super low key, because otherwise it becomes distracting for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I listen to a lot of synth stuff when I'm reading. Occasionally I'll listen to some. It just gets harder when the song actually has lyrics, because then you're reading, especially if it's a song and it comes on and it has lyrics, and you start humming the song, and it's like, that's not what the book says.
That's right. Yeah, it's too distracting.
Yeah.
Okay, so Curtis has got to go. Curtis, I think when we had you on, we'd evolved into metal talk as well. Yeah. He would like you to listen to Hin by Trist. Hour-long black. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, put it on the list.
Hin by Trist.
All right.
And then some reluctant artsy said, link that PDF, please. I don't know what that means.
The black metal bands that are like you said there's a big list of the
all I typed in is which metal bands are racist, and that came up. So yeah,
it exists.
It was a really cool little thing. I don't know. I'll try to find it again. If I do, I'll link it. Black Sabbath, Tony Iommi's book Iron Man is a great read. Wow. Oh, that's nice. I remember playing the first album, the first Doom riffs from that first track for my kid, and this is right before. I mean, she's known Black Sabbath for about a year, and telling her that Tony Iommi's fingers were cut and he was missing the tips of his fingers, and that he had to play with these wooden things on. And boy, she thought that was the coolest thing ever. Let's see. This Stringer Than Fiction is still talking about Budgie, best known for Bread Fan. Oh,
I know.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, that was. I know the Metallica version, of course. Yeah. But they were 70s heavy metal, very overlooked and influential. That's great. Danzig has been pushing the Nazi shit again. Oh my God.
Look at Danzig.
Yeah. I like American Gods. That book I really enjoyed.
It's a great book. I used to have a reading copy that I'd hand out to people.
Yeah. Yep. This great book. Its sequel, the Anasai, is even better.
Nancy Boys, yeah, that was great. Super.
Nancy Boys.
Super good comedy. It was very comedic, and it just had. I loved it.
Yeah, people want to try to get us off the metal.
I know.
Supernaut was a favorite of Frank Zappa.
That makes sense.
Messiah auditioned via cassette tape, showed up after being hired, and they were like, oh my God, look at this dude.
Yeah. There's a great music video for their song Bewitched where he's leading people through the snow in this like weird doom metal dance. It's amazing.
Okay. Oh, we never talked about Lord of the Rings, Tim.
I do occasionally listen to that soundtrack when I read and write. It's great.
I brought my my original copy of The Hobbit when I was a kid.
It's a great edition.
Yeah, I think it's I looked it up recently, and I think my specific edition is worth like $300. It was $3.95.
There you go.
When it came out. I should have bought about 20 of these. I'll never sell this one.
Should have bought 20.
Yeah, I'll never sell this one.
Yeah, really. Yeah, what book is there coming out today that you should buy 20 of? That's what we really want to know.
Right? Seriously.
Like, what book should you buy 20 of?
That's my Lord of the Rings.
Ooh. Nice.
Yeah, these are the ones that have maps. And there is a Grammaticus video. The first time I saw it's the first video I saw of Grammaticus because I was like, this guy's fun. This guy's fun. And then I saw this video and I was like, this guy's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Because he folded out the maps that are in the back of these, and they are so unruly and awesome. Hard to deal with.
They are.
And so cool. But yeah, while I had you, I just really wanted to quickly say, once we're done with Elric and maybe a couple of months into 2026, you down for doing the same thing we're doing with Elric with Lord of the Rings?
Ooh, that'd be cool. Yeah. You know what? I'm trying to get around to rereading the trilogy. So yeah.
Because I DNF'd it on the second one. We've talked about this. I think having you and all of us making videos like we are now could be very fun.
I have to ask Chris, what do you remember the moment when you DNF'd it in the story?
I do. And it's not because I hated it.
Okay.
I actually was really enjoying it. I DNF'd the Ents, which is strange. Really? Yes. And the Ents are freaking incredible. They're so damn cool.
Because I remember when I was a kid reading Two Towers, I would get to the scene with the Ents and I was like, this is really boring. I wish this was more like the movie where they're only around for a couple scenes.
It lasts a little while and it's slow paced.
It does. And then the first time I reread The Lord of the Rings as an adult, I was like, this is my favorite part of this book.
Yeah.
Because they go into like the backstory with Treebeard and his wife, and it gets, oh my gosh, it just destroys me every time I read that section.
Yeah. No, it was good. I discussed it with my buddy. I had a video with my buddy on, and Lord of the Rings is one of his favorites. And I talked about it with him for quite a while. And he thought, and he brought up, because he knows my timeline, we've been friends for years, that I was reading this when I was deep into my undergrad. So it could just be that it was the wrong time. Because the movies had just come out and I wanted to read it. I loved The Hobbit as a kid, and I love the original Hobbit cartoon so much.
I love that one too.
Yes, Grammaticus is still here. Grammaticus, your video of you unfolding that map was awesome. Also, Grammaticus, I did this to Tim last time, I think, as well. I would love it if you would be our next guest on Literally Liminal if you're down.
Awesome.
Yeah, we would love to have you. Yeah, so let us know if you'd like to join us in 2 weeks' time, or if that's bad for you. Yeah. Hopefully he didn't say that and just leave.
Click.
Gotta go. Bye. They talked about the maps.
It is interesting. Every time I hear someone say that they never finished Lord of the Rings, it's interesting hearing the different points that they stopped. I have a friend. What was that?
Oh, I was just going to say it's very dark.
Yeah, it gets there. It's And the thing is, it's a after reading it so many times, like as a kid and then as an adult, I've realized that it's the kind of book where, because J.R.R. Tolkien was not a novelist. If anything, he was a poet.
Yeah.
And he worked as he was a literary scholar, first of all.
Yeah, and so, a linguist, I think.
Yeah, he was a linguist. That was his job. And so when he wrote his stories, he wasn't trying to write fantasy novels. He was trying to essentially tell his own epic mythology.
Yes.
And so if you go into Lord of the Rings expecting the movies, which unfortunately is what a lot of people do, you don't get that out of the books, because just the way the books are structured is completely different. You know, the movies follow more or less they follow the traditional, you know, like the hero's journey archetypical timeline for stories, where, you know, you have, you know, the subtle backgrounds, and then the inciting incident, the rising action, descending action, then big climax at the end. Lord of the Rings, the book, doesn't do that. It jumps all over the place.
Yes.
And so that throws a lot of people off. And also, the characters are not going to be like literary type characters where they have these really interesting character arcs. The main character of Lord of the Rings is the world of Lord of the Rings.
Right.
It's and literally the environments, the mountains, the trees, the rivers. There's a reason he keeps bringing up the mountains and the trees and the rivers, because to him, it was the most important part of this story. The characters, the humans and the elves and the hobbits and stuff, they're just there experiencing everything in the world. So I just find it really interesting to learn where people stopped reading it, because I get it. I'm at the point in my life where I get why people don't ever they get to a certain part and they don't finish it. It's just I've read it so many times to the point where it's like it's just part of me.
See, this is why I think I want to do this with you. I think that it would be fun. If you're looking for a reread, I think we should next year do
I've been trying to reread it, so that we should do that next year. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, and everybody should join us. I have heard that, Dwarven Dad, that a lot of this is about the kind of horrors he experienced in war. Horror.
And he's denied that. He denied that many times.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he hated allegory. There's a very famous quote of his where he says something along the lines of, "I detest allegory in all of its forms, and I always have."
Wow.
So if anyone ever brought up like, "Oh, this is clearly representing this moment from," he would stop him right there and be like, "No, it's not. Let's move on."
Yeah, I've heard something similar from Matt Colville. If you ever seen his stuff, he did a video about this a few years ago, where he talked about how it was sort of like a kind of like mirroring Tolkien's experience with his friends, and they all went off to war. Like this, there's sort of like a feeling. So I've heard that.
Yeah, and even if it isn't like a total 100% allegory, it's impossible to say that like his life experiences did not influence that story.
Absolutely,
because this is a guy who, you know, he went to the trenches in World War I, would wake up one morning and his best friends would be dead next to him in a ditch.
Right. Yeah.
And there's no way you can read the scenes of, you know, Mordor or the dead marshes and not picture the trenches from World War II.
Did you guys see the Tolkien movie?
What's that?
Did you see the Tolkien movie?
I did not. I've been wanting to get around to it, but I've not seen it yet.
So good. It's beautiful. It's very romantic. It's a period piece, and it's gorgeous. I loved it. It's so good. You should absolutely see it.
And I haven't read Lord of the Rings in more than 20 years. So yeah, I've been thinking about going back for a reread. So
yeah,
I want to read The Hobbit first, though. I want to go read The Hobbit and then read Lord of the Rings.
Well, that's fine.
Yeah. So
yeah, The Hobbit is quick.
Yeah, The Hobbit's quick, and I think I loved it.
I did too. I mean, it is like that one I read when I was a kid. I should have included that. Alice in Wonderland, Wizard of Oz, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and The Hobbit. Honestly, I mean,
The Hobbit's only one of those that I've read.
You haven't read Alice in Wonderland yet?
I've never read Alice in Wonderland. Never read the Oz books too. I kind of want to read Alice, and I definitely want to read the Oz books.
Yeah, the Oz books get weird,
Yeah.
but Alice is incredible. So it looks like Jeff's down to joining us.
Many people as possible. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Seem to remember Tolkien building up to major plot points. Then an action scene happens, a mere page or two. Yeah.
Yep. It's funny because people have always pointed out the difference between the Battle of Helm's Deep in the movie and the Battle of Helm's Deep in the books.
Right.
In the movie, it's an entire third of the story.
The Hobbit's the same way.
Exactly.
The little war prologue is like one whole movie.
Yep, exactly. In the books, it's 2 pages. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Not much. It really isn't. And people forget too that the third book is like half appendix.
It is. It really is.
Yeah.
It's like, the third part, it's like very little.
Oh, is that true?
Yeah, the third book. If you open your third book, you'll see
about halfway through. It's like an appendix.
I'll do it right now.
It's crazy. You think it's huge, but it's like most of the stuff in the movie.
So I made it further than halfway through.
Oh yeah, you were close.
Yeah, The Return of the King. All right, let's see how much synopsis, contents, book 5, book 6. I love that this was supposed to actually be.
Yeah.
Okay, so the last is the Grey Haven 301.
Yep.
So
it goes on for another 200 pages.
Constance says no Viggo Mortensen in the books.
No Viggo.
Yeah,
Aragorn is a cool character for sure, super cool, but he's not not fleshed out. Obviously, like Faramir has a very small part.
So
Eowyn, who I love,
has
a tiny little part. Yeah, all that. Yeah, that book ends there. Oh.
Let's see. There's a difference between allegory and applicability. It's not an allegory of World War I, but Lord of the Rings has universal applicability. That's a wonderful way to say that, Matt. That's really cool. Witchcraft is more pentagram worship. Witchcraft. People are talking about witchcraft. I don't know if that's something I should check out. Yeah, the band. Often that personal stuff comes out unconsciously on the author's part. It's really difficult to ignore your ideology when writing. It really is. If you've read The Hobbit but never Lord of the Rings, I'll join you guys. Oh, I've read The Hobbit but never Lord of the Rings. I'll join you guys in a read along. The Elric read along has been fun. That's awesome. I think that'll be our next year thing, man.
The year of the ring.
The Year of the Ring.
There we go.
The one true ring.
That's right.
Tolkien would get really angry if someone brought up the similarities with Wagner's. Yeah.
The thing was, he loved those bits of mythology. Yeah.
He was obsessed with and I've heard the Nibelungen Lied, is a wonderful book, by the way. If you ever get a chance to read it, it's incredible. There are similar, even if you go to Beowulf, right? The third act, Beowulf is old. He's not losing his glory, but he's afraid he is. Yeah. And he decides to go fight this dragon. But first, one of his servants runs in and steals a cup from the dragon and runs back out. And then you've got Plato's The Ring of Aegis, I believe it's called, which is the idea that he got for the ring turning people invisible. Like he taught all of this old mythic literature. He definitely, and if he's angry at me for saying that, I'm sorry. And even if
he's up in heaven shaking his fist at you, Chris.
Right. But even in the movie Tolkien, like they were obsessed with seeing the ring cycle. He and his eventual wife were obsessed with seeing the ring cycle. It's like all these bands that are obviously the hallmarks of the genre that they're a part of that are like, we're not a part of this genre. And it's like, well, you can yell that from the rooftops if you want, but you are. You are. But yeah,
I listen to saying he doesn't write science fiction.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm
or something like that.
I think he's a science fiction writer. Back here. That was great, Matt. That was really freaking cool, man. I think that's a good point. Let's see. The Hobbit is the first real book I remember reading as a child. I'll do the Lord of the Rings too. Sweet, Woo! Jake, but you have to keep your clothes on.
Yeah, you got to keep your clothes on.
But you can take off your shoes.
You can take off. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
With all those thick, leathery soles on the bottom of your
That's
feet.
right. That's right.
Like a true Shireman.
Dude, thanks for staying up late with us, Krabby. I know it's late for you. Let's see. Witchcraft, new witchcraft. It's safe to say he was haunted by it, and because of that, he did not want to dwell on any influence. It was probably far too personal. Yeah, that makes really good sense. Yeah. The story of Numenor is in Return of the King.
In the appendices.
Oh, that's right.
There's a bunch of stories that he included in the appendices, just to be like, hey, if you didn't get this reference I made in the main story, here's the original myth that it's referencing. So
it's us. It's like us going super late into the. He's like, if you're still reading, I got some more stuff for you.
Exactly. Oh, here, look at this.
You may call me Tim. Witches, get out. The appendix is the problem Prime had with the Rings of Power. They didn't have the rights to the Silmarillion. They had the rights to the appendix. Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, it's such a. I could go on for hours about that stupid show, but
I enjoyed it, but I'm not a Tolkien know-it-all, so I don't.
Well, that's the thing. I'm totally down for the people who've never been into Tolkien and they watch that show. Are like, oh, it's pretty cool. It's so antithetical to what those original stories were supposed to be.
Oh, that's too bad.
And part of it is because they only had the rights to the Lord of the Rings, the novel.
Well,
the bits of the timeline that they wanted to write episodes about took place in a completely different era. So the only material that they had the rights to use were in the appendices.
I always thought that was the Silmarillion. Silmarillion.
They try to tell stories from the Silmarillion.
Thank you.
But they only have the material that's in the appendices, and so the material in the appendices is related to the Silmarillion. But there are these very truncated, simplified accounts of stories that are fleshed out in the Silmarillion.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. For example, the appendices in the Lord of the Rings tell the story of. I'm going to butcher this. I can't be the Erolingas, which are King Theoden's people. And there's a much more in-depth version of that story that exists in the Silmarillion. So, but they borrowed elements like that for the show. They borrowed elements like that for the animated movie that they just put out, War of the Rohirrim.
Is that out? Is it good?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I've heard not the best things about it. So,
dang it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Tolkien was a very OCD organized writer, while Dunsany a stream of consciousness writer. He rarely edited his work. I think this is connected to this comment. I know Tolkien admired Lord Dunsany, but didn't vibe with Dunsany's humorous approach to the Pagana mythology. Makes sense.
Yeah, Tolkien took that very seriously. He didn't like Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs because he thought that the dwarves were undignified.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. I love that show, but I hate that it's Lord of the Rings. Interesting. Yeah. So if we watch it, maybe just don't think it's Lord of the Rings. Just
that's what I've heard. Like, if the best way to enjoy that show is to not be able to associate it with anything Lord of the Rings. It's impossible for me to do that though. So
yeah. It's interesting because I'm gonna try it. I'll see, and I'll just not think of Lord of the Rings. Virgil, have you heard Judas Priest's first couple albums, Rockarola and Sad Wings of Destiny? I don't know why he's. I
don't know. I know I've listened to Judas Priest before, but I've never really sat down and listened to one of their albums or anything. Is it something I should check out? I guess
Rockarola is okay. Sad Wings of Destiny is fantastic, though.
Well, then I'll try that one. That sounds good. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I like the Judas Priest that I've listened to, but I don't remember what it was.
We killed the chat.
It's been so long.
We killed the chat. Does anybody have any questions for Tim?
Yeah, Tim.
While you got the chance,
ask me anything.
Yeah, anything.
Tim, full name to find you on Amazon to buy your books.
So they'll be under my pen name, T.H. Brandt.
Yeah, that's what I looked up T.H. Brandt. We'll just I'll put a link to it.
Yeah. I don't know why my computer's not letting me paste it to the private chat.
Yeah. Yeah. Any questions for Tim? Tim, what you got coming up on your channel?
Oh goodness. So, well, it is, as some of you may know, we're in the middle of Michael K. Vaughan's reading events.
Oh yes.
Sumerian September, which is all about just reading Robert E. Howard and anything Robert E. Howard related. I finished yes, dude, those are some great additions. I love those. I have I just got this a couple weeks ago. Where is it? I have the People of the Black Circle, which is
I've never even seen that.
This is my favorite Ken Kelly Conan cover. It's amazing. Awesome. I love it so much. It's an illustration from People of the Black Circle, which is an awesome Conan story.
Is that a novel or it's a story collection?
Yes, it's what is it? 3 short stories, I think.
Because this is a novel, right? Red Nails.
No, that's a short story collection.
Is this a novel then?
That is the novel, Hour of the Dragon.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
That is the only Conan novel that Robert E. Howard wrote.
So do you have these two?
No, the only one from that edition, which is edited by Carl Edward Wagner, the only one I have of those is People of the Black Circle.
So together we have like a whole collection here.
Yeah, we have the whole collection.
I'm thinking about trying to read something from this. I don't know anything about it, but these are Western stories. The Mucker.
Oh, Edgar Rice Burroughs.
So I'm gonna try some of these. Oh, this is Burroughs. Oh my God, I'm sorry.
Yeah, what the hell, Virgil?
Totally mistaken. My mistake. I'm sorry.
I've heard that book is good though. So
okay,
go ahead and read it.
Reading it for Robert E. Howard. That's a total mistake.
Jeff's leaving us. He's got to go do afternoon stuff in Japan.
Yeah. But I finished Almeric by Robert E. Howard, which is his take on like the John Carter of Mars, Sword and Planet, Planetary Romance, whatever you want to call it. That kind of storytelling. He only ever wrote one of those. It is a full-length novel. He didn't finish it. It was finished by someone else. We don't know who after he died. A lot of signs point to his editor. What is his name? Otis Adalbert Klein, who is already known for writing his own like cheapy imitation Sword and Planet stories. But it was good. It was a very good novel. I'm going to review that some point soon. And I'm probably going to do it as sort of like a double review with this book, which I just finished today, which is Three-Bladed Doom by Robert E. Howard.
I think I have that one. Hold on. Keep going. Sorry.
It's fantastic. But despite the fact that it looks like a Sword and Sorcery cover, and this actually takes place in, I think it's 1912 Afghanistan.
Oh, wow.
And the main character is like this American. He's essentially an American version of Lawrence of Arabia. So he's running around with a big old handgun, shooting people and tearing people up with a saber. Yeah, that's the edition I want. Oh, it's so cool. Very cool. Three-Bladed Doom. This was awesome. It's a very short little novel. It might be the best thing that I've read this year so far.
Ooh.
I feel confident in saying that just because I was flipping the page just like a madman. It's amazing. Robert E. Howard writes adventure stories like no one else.
I've got a collection of his short, like more of his historical fiction stuff that I'll hard read something from there then.
I'm definitely not done. I've got a bunch of other historical stories of his that I want to get into, but I'm going to be reviewing those sometime soon on the channel.
Looking forward to it.
I've got another Redwall review coming soon.
Hell yeah. Dude, don't stop. Don't let anybody tell you to stop.
Agreed.
I'm not going to stop. It just
don't do it.
I'm not going to stop. I'm aware that some people might get sick of hearing me talk.
You are the source for Redwall. Like there's nobody else. Nobody's getting as far as you. You got it.
That's
you got
right.
The market corner.
That's right. What's your favorite color?
What's your favorite color?
Red. Red.
No, wait, green.
No. Oh!
Do you like Sir Gawain and the Green Knight?
I love that story. I have yet to read Tolkien's version of that story, but I do like that story. It's very
I haven't read Tolkien's version, but I love it as well. And One of these times I'll do a live chat explaining that movie and the problem I had with that recent movie, but also why that recent movie was so damn good.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but I heard great things about it.
It's
I need to
great.
see it. I love the poem.
They made a terrible mess up. They did the same thing they do to movies all the time. They decided they could tell a slightly better story, and they can't do it. Which story in your new book are you most proud of? That's a great question, Jake.
That is a really good question. Oh my gosh. Well, I guess if I'm gonna have to go by the title, like not the title story, but the story that kind of gave the collection its name. It's a story called "In the House of Nesh,"
Okay.
which is
nice title.
It is a story about a guy who I've written so far, I think 4 or 5 different short stories about people being lost in mazes. But this is one of them. It's this guy getting lost in a maze. It's totally told through his first person perspective. Lost in a maze, being chased by these monsters that he's afraid to look at. Like he's afraid to look back at them and see what they are.
If I wasn't already interested in this collection, that would have just got me to buy this.
Yeah, seriously.
I had a ton of fun writing it. I think I got to the end of it and realized, oh, this is a little derivative of some Lovecraft stuff. But at the same time, I think I did a really good job with it.
Are you talking about In the Walls of Eric's?
What's that?
Have you read Lovecraft's In the Walls of Eric's?
I've not. That's one of the few stories of his I haven't got to yet.
Scariest maze story I've ever read in my life.
Ooh, okay, I need to check it out then.
Yeah, really good. That sounds great, Tim. Seriously. Somebody asked if you're from New Jersey.
No. Baltimore, Maryland.
Where Pepsi was invented. Or was it the other way around? I can't remember which one of you two won in that fight.
Brian won the argument. Pepsi was indeed invented in South Carolina.
Oh, I thought you won the argument. That's why I kept bringing it up. Oh,
no,
I'm just rubbing it in.
Like you're rubbing it
I was convinced. I was convinced that Pepsi was a Baltimore thing because I've grown up being told it was a Baltimore thing, and I had a job in the inner city for like 3 years, and I drove by that Pepsi plant every single day to work. And I was told by so many people, that's the original Pepsi plant.
Oh, they lied to you.
Yep, they lied to me.
Urban myth.
Yep.
I'll have to try it then. That sounds awesome.
I hate to admit it. Okay. We're going to get some super dirt here. But I love Michael Moorcock's Cane of Old Mars books.
I was interested in those
John
too.
Carter, but Eternal Champion edition.
I haven't read the whole series. I've read the first one. It's not that good, but it's cheesy, fun, Sword and Planet kind of stuff.
That could be good. It's got its place then.
Yeah.
Joe started The Hole. I don't remember where I put that from the last chat. By Oyamada, and I hope you like it. It's a creepy Japanese horror story, but it's very I've forgotten the word I've been using. It's subtle. It's very
like, don't say weird. Don't say weird. Don't say weird.
Yeah, wild. Yeah, if you watch just the first part of my deep dive, Joe, I give cultural context that might help you enjoy it. I have a collection of Solomon Kane stories yet to read.
Solomon Kane stuff is great.
It is.
It's
fantastic.
So good. If you even kind of seem interested, it's as good as you could think.
Okay.
I don't know if that's I don't know if that came out right, but there you go.
How many Red Wall books are left?
13, I think.
Jeez.
How many are there total?
21. So I've read the first 8.
21.
Nice.
Dang. Blackjack.
Redwall got me into reading fantasy as a kid. I've collected almost all the hardcovers.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's a big old series, but I'm gonna conquer it.
Matt Damon's hair was wrong, though, right?
What?
Constance, I don't know. She probably made perfect, lovely sense when she was replying to something we said at the time. We are still live. How'd your important work stuff go? Tim, do you usually have an ending in mind when you start writing a story? And are you the kind of scribe that outlines or just lets the process happen more spontaneously? I love that this question is getting thrown around a lot recently. It's a great question.
Okay. The way I'll answer that is yes and no. I'm not one of those writers who always has like a method to how I write my stories. There is a story in this collection called The Nightmare Stare that I wrote in a single evening after having a really bad nightmare. And I knew the entire like as soon as I woke up, I was like, the thing that I experienced in my dream was horrible. I'm writing this entire thing down verbatim as I remember it. So I knew the entire thing going in. There's another story in this book. How am I forgetting the title? The Great Unseen, which is actually the first short story in the book, where I had no idea where I was going with this. It starts off as this. It starts off as like this academic studying this like bit of mythology that no one else in his field is talking about, and I had no idea where I was going to go with it, and it just kind of worked itself out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'm not sure that the ending works, but we'll see.
Yeah, I am hardcore, just don't know where I'm going. And when you guys read my story in the anthology, you'll see that I don't go anywhere.
I've read it.
But yeah, I think Jimmy is like I am most of the time, just starts writing, lets the characters go. But I have a good buddy that's 100% the other side, maps out everything before he even touches anything. And I think that, yeah, there's good and bad to both those styles. Really, truly. Let's see. So Constance has decided to tell us, Diet Pepsi is deliciousness. Matt Damon in that movie.
In the Green Knight movie, maybe?
In that?
I don't think so.
I don't know. Well, I'm just guessing. That's the only movie I know. That's
so.
the recent. Was he in The Witch? I have no idea. That's the only two movies we mentioned.
The Lost Duel.
The Last Duel.
Oh, it was another movie.
Did that come up?
That was I didn't see it come up. It was one of the recent Ridley Scott movies.
Yeah, I just skipped it.
It had potential to be really good, but I didn't like it.
Oh, okay.
It's one of those movies where you're watching it, it's like, this is good. And then you realize that it has a very specific agenda and message that it's trying to get across. And as soon as you realize that, it kind of ruins the rest of the movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't realize the author of The Hole was female. That made a big difference in getting it. Yes. The story is, I'm going to try to, I forgot what Matthew said. So I'm going to just use the old school way again. The story is kind of, I think, an analogy of relations between women and their mother-in-laws, which is a kind of a big thing in Japan because most women move into the childhood homes. It's not all the time, but often of the man they marry. So they have to join into this new family with another woman there. Okay. Since you asked, I liquidized an asset at a loss, but I'll have money to keep the writing publishing dream alive.
Sorry, it could take a loss, but keep the dream alive for sure.
Most of my work start with I composed it after a really bad trip. Nice. Yeah, we got Jake running around like that character in the movie Old School. Bad trips make great novels. Good trips only translate to I saw God.
That's pretty good.
Let's see. I apologize. I misunderstood which movie you were talking about, but Damon's hair is truly awful. That's why I'm skipping it. That's it right there.
Yeah, the hair was not working.
Matt Damon.
The
Last Duel killed any hope I had for Ridley Scott making a comeback.
Yeah.
Yes, not a fan of outlines myself. It kind of stops the story in its tracks and coming alive, but I cannot understand how it works for some people. Keeping the dream alive is the most important thing. Yeah, there you go.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get through everything you got coming up on your channel, Nick? Or Tim? God damn it.
It's okay. We're all three of us are interchangeable.
It's getting late here.
I think that's all I have planned, really. Yeah. I might do another Sumerian September related video where I just show off all my Robert E. Howard collection, but I don't know.
I want to read. There's 3 stories right at the beginning that he wrote of Conan. Tower of the Elephant was the third. I want to read one of the first 2.
Well, the third one that was published.
Oh, yeah, in publication order.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first
In
is
publication order, it's the Phoenix on the Sword, the Scarlet Citadel, and Tower of the Elephant.
So which one of those two should I read?
I think you would really like Scarlet Citadel.
Okay.
It has a lot of surreal horror elements to it because there's a scene where Conan gets lost in a dungeon and he can't see what's going on. And that translates to some really interesting, like, horrific moments.
It is good.
Incredible.
It is good.
Yeah.
Kind of reminiscent of like that Poe story, Pit and the Pendulum.
Pit and the Pendulum. Yeah, it's a little bit like
that. It echoes, not the same, but echoes of it. Yeah.
That's a good
story.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I'm gonna have to go to Barnes and Noble and buy one of these new books because I don't have I mean all I have is I think this. I mean I have a lot of Conan, but it's all.
Does that one have? Hold on, I need to see. I think that one might have one of those. Oh no, it doesn't. You're right, it doesn't. It has Tower of the Elephant, I think, though.
I love that picture.
Yeah, it's a great picture.
I like the titular story too.
I don't want to read El Sprague de Camp.
Yeah,
Lynn Carter. I want to read.
Yeah, Howard. Right.
I want to read Howard.
That collection has some good Howard stories in it, though. Virgil, you were just saying that painting is from Rogues in the House. That story is fantastic as well.
I like that story.
Have you read The Library at Mount Char? It's like LSD, the horror novel. It sounds great. No, I'll have to look into that. Mad Lad's still going. Yeah, we needed you earlier.
You can't stop us.
I can't remember what we said. I hope Eric's still here. It was something about the metal conversation. I can't remember.
Yeah, you have to go back and watch.
Yeah. Eric, go back and watch where you were needed and were not.
Right. Go find that properly.
Skim through 3 hours of video to find where we said
That's right. That's right. Virgil, what's coming up on your channel?
Oh, I just finished, in addition to finishing Light at the End, which Chris and Brian and I are going to be talking about at some point, hopefully soon. I just finished this novel that I randomly picked up an old pulp for. Right, not the image here, but the one that's mentioned here at the bottom, The Terrible Three, by Todd Robbins. Not to be confused with Tom Robbins, but Todd Robbins. And I was honestly not an exaggeration. The best thing I've read this year, maybe the best thing I've read since I read Musashi.
Damn.
I was blown away by it. I just couldn't believe how well he introduced a theme and developed the theme and kept going, and is it good? And there's all kinds of like, is this where this idea comes from? And I've seen things happen in cartoons. I'm like, I think this is where they came from. So it's pretty crazy, but really great. A very very gothic. Not really, more of a suspense story, not really truly a horror story, but really, really, really good. This is a reprint of it. It's reprinted here as The Terrible Three. Originally, it was The Unholy Three. There's been 2 movies made from it. Oh, thank you very much. It's such a weird experiment to try the tripod stuff, and I was like,
called Virgil literally after I watched it and said, "How the hell did you do that?"
I was like, "Well, it wasn't so hard."
Because I want to do it. So you're going to see me ripping off Virgil in the future.
No, it's not a ripoff. It's fine. Tripods have existed since the tripod series. But
do I dare ask about the Dark Tower series since we're talking adaptations? I haven't read it. I'm sorry.
I love the Dark Tower writing. Absolutely love it. I mean, and I enjoyed the movie for what it was, even though it really wasn't a Dark Tower movie that we wanted. But I would love to go do a whole reread. Maybe that'll be in the future. We can get
2027 Dark Tower.
27. I would be super stoked about that because I think that is a great series.
I'm in. Everybody that wants to do a reread of the Tower, wait till 2027.
You got to wait a year and 6
months because next year you're rereading Lord of the Rings.
That's right, Lord of the Rings,
Year of the Hobbit. Yeah. Yeah. Sven says he met his dad only once at his funeral, and he was given about 40 paperbacks of Robert E. Howard and Edward Burroughs. I still haven't read them all. My consolation prize, I guess.
I'm sorry. It is a good I guess as consolation prizes go, it's not a bad one.
Right. Yeah.
It's still unfortunate.
Go in blind with Library at Mount Char. I'm in. The author wrote one book and
I love
nailed a perfect novel first time at bat. Don't blame him. Don't blame him for taking a break. Yeah.
Okay. Mount Char?
Mount Char. It sounds
Library
good.
at Mount Char. Okay. I want to grab a little pencil.
Kathy Koja is wondrous at creating a hallucinatory experience via stylistic devices. Love how she uses unusual syntax as part of her signature style. That's awesome. Who is she?
Kathy Koja is a writer. She wrote the Cipher. She's a horror writer, right?
Oh, nice.
Yes, that's a good. Actually, I think that's part of our. I think the Cipher is one of our list on our Secret Society Reds to look at.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I can't get into the Dark Tower until I read it. We'll read it.
It's better to just wait. There's a whole thing.
Yeah. I got a little bit coming up on my channel. It's Vamp Timber.
Vamp Timber.
Yeah. So it's Chimerian. Am I saying that right? Chimerian. September. Chimerian.
The thing is, everyone says Cimmerian. If you want to be technical, it comes from an old Gaelic term that should be pronounced Cimmerian, but everyone says Cimmerian.
So Cimmerian September is going on, and so is Vamp Timber. And I heard about Vamp Timber from Bookubus, who has a wonderful, wonderful channel. And it just so happens that I have been reading Elizabeth Engstrom's Black Ambrosia, which is a vampire novel. So I'm going to be talking about that next week, or this coming week, actually. And also I did a really crazy deep read with a crazy guy, another booktuber named Virgil from Literally Books. And we're talking about, what are we talking about?
The Citadel of the Autarch.
That's the one. We're talking about that one.
Done. It was such an amazing and fun experience, Chris. It was just awesome. It
was a great discussion. I've been watching through it, and it's been a lot of fun.
The recommendation I have for anybody is, if you're going to read the Book of the New Sun, do it with a friend.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or hands down, find somebody, become friends, read that
or
book.
Do it with us. Go back and watch all the videos we've made, because Virgil and I recorded every step of the process. So it's a good time. Yeah, we're doing Light at the End. I'm halfway through the novel and I'm listening to it very quickly. I've set it up to
you're okay to do that
2 times speed, and I'm listening through it. I'm not hating it. It's well written. That's something Brian said on his channel, and I absolutely agree with him. It's well written.
I agree.
I don't I love the goth stuff, because that's my jam. So we're gonna be doing some Vamp Timber stuff on my channel, and then of course we're doing the Book of the New Sun, and I'm almost done with my Stephen King shelf, which has been taking me forever, because I talked about each of the books I've read, but I'm now to the point where I haven't read any of them, so I'll just be holding them up and saying, here's the book, here's the book. Yeah. So there you go. We could do a House of Leaves read. I've read that. It scared the crap out of me in 2003. It really did. It was the liminality in that book was absolutely incredible, but I don't think I could reread it. I loved one half of it and hated the footnotes.
Yeah.
It
would be a struggle. I literally stopped reading that book and stopped it for 3 months and then picked it back up. I feel like that would kind of happen again. I'd get into a reading slump is my worry, that I wouldn't make it, and it would be struggle to finish.
I agree.
But it was an amazing experience that is completely unique. No other thing I've ever read is anything like that book.
The liminal section about the house is show-stopping.
Yeah. Hands down,
stopping.
Amazing.
Yeah. That's it, everybody. We did it. We talked to Tim.
You got Tim?
Tim. The Sword and Sorcery man himself. Sword and Sorcery. Yeah, all right.
And I'm super glad that we got to talk to him right when he's got a release out. So it's awesome.
That was cool. You're right. That is cool. Now, when did it come out, Tim? Like literally today?
Yeah, it finally got approved today. So it's available on Amazon right now.
The hottest take you can get. The hottest book on Amazon shelves. All of them.
Get it. You heard the premise of some of these stories. It's going to be amazing.
Honestly, just that last story about the maze. So I was like, well, if I wasn't going to buy this book already, I'm going to buy it now.
I'm proud of that one. And the funny thing is, it's actually inspired by a heavy metal album. I'm not going to say which, because people have to figure that one out.
points for if you figure it out.
Abigail.
Dang it,
King
Chris.
Diamond. Grandma. Have you ever listened to that album?
That is the only
Grandma's
album of theirs that
made.
I've listened to.
He literally has a song where he operatically screams grandma over heavy metal. Oh my God. Oh, thank you for joining us, Tim. This has been
Absolutely,
wonderful.
dude. It was awesome. Love hanging out with you guys.
Yep, I'm going to be reading the third Elric book soon, and we'll keep on doing those videos. And I'm looking forward to chatting with you in December about the entire saga.
That is going to be fun.
Heck yeah. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Go to Tim's Secret Fire Books, and it should be in the description. Check out his page, subscribe. He's awesome. You won't regret it. Go check out Virgil. He's awesome as well. And we will see you in 2 weeks' time for another Literally Liminal.
If you're not, subscribe to Chris. If you don't know what you're doing here, if you're not.
Yeah, how'd you get here? All right, I'm in the stream. Everybody stare strangely at the camera. Here we go.